go, we're here. We got it.
Hey.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Gorgeous.
Welcome.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been heard.
Happy that you can hear us now. Let us know how we are sounding. As I was saying before, it's been a little while. We're just getting back into Ellseworld now. I was out of the country, but before we get into the stream, you're going to be introduced to our lovely players, and then I'll do a recap. And we'll be starting with the lovely person on my right here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, I haven't asked you a question yet.
God,
Oh my God.
My bad.
There's a
Sorry.
question coming.
It's, first one back in a while.
Question pending,
good.
thank goodness.
Question pending. Do you want to introduce yourself now?
Yeah.
I'll get the
Hi,
going.
I'm Kane. This jacket's warm, and you should watch Puss in Boots too. I am playing Reed Bogwater. They're a tiny little nasty fairy. And a druid. They love plants, bugs, and getting up to mischief. The art for them, which you can see down in the bottom right, I think, was done by Said Idiot or Anna Obrecker on Instagram and Twitter. Check them out.
Hell yeah.
Cool. We'll go with this one. How does your character feel about the character to the right of them?
Reed is definitely fascinated by Quinn, wants to get in on those 3 a.m. actions and learn some stuff.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
Thank you for following.
hey.
Thanks for following.
Thanks.
Hey, buddy, thanks for following. Welcome in.
What up? And also because you're from family of authority, assumes that you're trustworthy because they've never met or never heard of a bad authority figure.
Nice.
Oh.
Until now.
That's something we have in common.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Dan. I'm taking a break from listening to the new Paramore album on repeat to play my character Quinn Denari, the changeling enchantment wizard. What they think about Appleby is that they are they just believe that they are a very fun and whimsical, mischievous fae being. They believe they've got a touch of fae to them like Quinn has and sees themselves in that and enjoys seeing the mischief that they conjure up. The art was done by Michaelis Moshu. Go and check them out on Instagram and elsewhere. They do all kinds of art, safe for work and not safe for work.
That's everything.
Take it away.
Hello. What time is it? It's 49 minutes.
Past 7.
Past 7.
As they say.
Wow. That is Tom time. And that's what it is right now. I'm Tom. I'm going to be playing Appleby Oakwood, the mischievous man of moss and lichen. I would say of shadow. I don't know. He's quite impressive, isn't he? And I think just intrigue, a little bit of what's going on there, old elephant fella. I've heard you never forget. Cal, take us home.
It's true, I took the feat. I don't forget.
Who's
For
your
30
art,
days.
Oh, my art's done by Joaz JPEG on the lovely Instagram. Not the lovely Joaz JPEG on the kind of corporate Instagram. Cal, save me. I'm just squirming.
I was ready for you to ask me some sort of whimsical question. I was going to go, Uno reverse.
Oh.
But it didn't happen.
So
That would have been the start to a new intro bit that I was going to start doing.
Oh.
So instead, we'll have to go back to an old favourite. Hi, I'm Cal. My intro is what it has always been and will forever be. If you're unsure, I suggest you catch up on YouTube or continue watching.
It's all revealed there.
It's all everything you need to know will happen in time. I'm going to be playing Shadow. He is a Loxodon rogue, completely jet black. He's the coolest character I've ever made, but does need to get to level 3 to really do shit. And currently, he's not that, and it's fine. Elliot. And what does he think of Coroner? He is intrigued. He's not met many, if any, Warforged, I think, during his initial 450 years. If it has, it was few and far between. So for one to come along who is a cleric and based in religion, he's like, oh, okay.
Is that allowed?
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. Like,
Robots.
this is, okay, cool. And he's keen to see where that goes.
Hello.
Oh shit! Shut the fuck up. My art was done by Arty Farty. You can follow them wherever they are. Jay, carry on.
Hello, I'm Jamie. I'm here to beat the I'm buying Kane's feet pick allegations. I am playing Coroner. They are the Warforged cleric, and they don't kill people, and that's turning out to be more of a problem than I anticipated. What do they think of rodeo? They like rodeo a lot.
Yeah.
They seem lawful and kindly, and that's something that a lot of the other party members can't say. And how I feel like in most arguments you'd be a good ally to Coroner, whereas some other party members are probably the opposite.
I don't think Applebee's unkindly.
They didn't say Applebee's.
Yeah, I know, but
I think
it was
some members of the
I
party.
also don't think Applebee's helpful in most arguments.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, my art was done by really bad weather _art on Instagram and Twitter. They are fantastic. They draw metal so good. Please follow them.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Jams. My eyes are up here. I will be playing. This week I will be playing Rodeo, the Gunslinger Dragonborn. That one really got you, huh? Yeah, you're welcome.
We have the sillies this week.
Yeah, it's going to be a good session this week, guys. Very professional. To my right, I guess that's you. Goes all the way around, doesn't it? Rodeo thinks of Reed. There's a kind of a theme of like, not sure what to make of this person, but they sure are interesting. Rodeo's never met a fairy before. Doesn't really know much about fairies, so doesn't know if you're normal. I guess going to assume probably not. Useful in combat, but is concerned that maybe your propensity for just being honest at all times is going to get you killed at some point. So is kind of keeping a close eye on them for now.
Needed, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on you for now. And the fantastic artwork of Rodeo that you will see scrolling around on the doobly-doo at some point was done by Sualan and Slaka, who you can find on Twitter and Tumblr.
You can also affect the game. If you look on the bottom right now, you can see that you can share 150 bits to give one of us advantage or disadvantage. That is including the DM. Or if you up that to £5 British, so not a lot at all, or 750 bits, you can give one of us a crit 20 or a crit fail to use in the session. But that's not the only way you can affect our rolls. Jimbus.
You can follow us on the Patreon. We have one. You can give us money there regularly. If you do so, then every month, every time we play D&D, you can get involved. This is really throwing me off. You can get in on the poll we do every single week for a nat 20 that goes to a player or a crit fail, or a advantage or disadvantage that goes to a player or the DM, as well as a crit fail. This week, Tom and Kane, could you please roll off for me?
Yeah, I'm going to roll this dice.
Go on,
That's
then.
alright with you.
Absolutely.
6!
Betrayed.
I can't get into my box.
I win by default.
Yeah, Kane gets it.
18.
Tom gets an advantage.
Oh, I love that.
L.
Yes.
Roll off against me.
Oh! I got a 16.
I got
so can
a
check
4. You get yourself a nat 20
A
there,
nat
DM. So
20.
Oh.
no.
Dear.
There we
Oh,
go.
Dear, oh dear.
There was a part of the audio interface that was off. It is now on. Hopefully that makes y'all sound a bit, everyone sound a bit better.
Huge rip to Ferret.
It's not bad. You're still quite loud compared to the rest of us.
Okay.
But apart from that, we're all good.
Just a reminder to the players, it's been a hot minute. Airplane modes if you're not already.
Yes, thank you. And also, speaking of it being a hot minute, it's been a hot minute. Hi, it's me, it's Elliot. And this is Ellseworld. If you haven't joined us before, welcome. If you have joined us before, thank you for coming back. If you don't know why it's called Ellseworld, it is currently going to be revealed in Ickle Baby's next hit track. It's an up-and-coming rapper. So look out for Ickle Baby on the streets. Anyway,
Did that
back
quick.
to the session. Last we met our players, you were still in the Undermountain, the subterranean part of the biggest city in all of Ellseworld, known as the Golden Tooth. Down here, you have found it to be quite a lawless place, being currently ruled by a gang known as the Blue Bloods, led by a dragon known as Big Blue or Blue Belikazar. And while you've been down here, you have also seen that there are a group of vigilantes known as the Watch Pack who are trying to help out, overthrow this gang, and generally disrupt their activities. You've also found, among the other people living here that Coroner knows, being that they are from here, you have also run into the Silver Promise gang, an up-and-coming gang that is taking refuge in one of the even more run-down areas of the Undermountain, an area known as Silverton. You actually came across a few of their members last session, coming to blows with them on your way to visit the Watch Pack. After that, after you discussed potentially planning a trap for some gangsters using the Watch Pack as sort of bait, you returned to the Dragon's Head Inn in the centre of the Undermountain, where you met up with your handler, Gero, who has been handling the Watch Pack kind of issue for the Blue Bloods. Dan, you're currently, as Quinn, taking the shape of Tagon Gerascule, a Dragonborn member of the Blue Bloods. And where we last left off is a lot of you were sat at a table in the centre of the Dragon's Head pub. Gero has his arm around the form of Tagon, and he is leading you into the back rooms to go with you for what he says was to petition the young dragon for his help in this, the son of the dragon in his quest to destroy the Watch Pack and to enact this plan that you've come up with them, which involved a lot of you standing at the top of a troll hole and basically luring them into it. With that kind of information going forward, we can cut right back into the scene there, but before we go into where Quinn is going, anyone around the table in the centre of the Dragon's Head Inn, would anyone like to do anything while you're just sat here? You've got a fresh round of drinks in front of you. Anything you would have ordered has been paid for onto Tagon's tab, as was his request.
Rip Tagon's tab.
And so you can have anything you like here. I believe Coroner currently has a balloon that they've been charging up with static electricity.
Yeah.
Like a balloon and like a cloth. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
I assume we're going to wait for
Leave the cloth.
Quinn to come back.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
not just...
Yeah. Shadows just sat in whichever seat gives them the best room of the rest of the bar. Daggers in both hands, up their sleeves, just ready for it to kick off. They do not trust this place.
You're pretty tall, and the way the kind of like booth is, you can actually kind of peek over and get a pretty good view of everything that's going on. And you're in a kind of round booth at the moment, so you can kind of see above everyone's head here and get a pretty good 360 of the room here. There seems to be a couple of other groups of patrons. No one else sat in this kind of central seating area at the moment with you guys, where you guys are at, but certainly around the edges there are a few other groups of people and the ever-present bar staff and waiters kind of milling around.
Is there anything above us, like where
Yes.
in the city there's been like lightning rods that lightning's been jumping across? Is there anything above us that could
Certainly
do something similar?
You do notice the lighting here is all powered by this crackling electricity that just kind of like sparks from one light to the other, providing this kind of blue light that is shining down on everything. These kind of blue globes that are just being connected by kind of sparking arcs of lightning that are coming from seemingly from the ceiling down. Also, there is another layer above you, just around the kind of outside edge. There's like an awning that goes all the way around, and there's another layer of kind of tables and chairs up there as well.
Nice.
But yeah, that probably only comes out about 10 feet or so out of the edge. So yeah, you can see up there, and you see again a couple of tables with people up there, and yeah, there's two sets of stairs that lead up there.
Are there any doors up there? Because I know around the outside here there's all the doors that make no sense.
Give me a perception check, see if you can see that much.
Because Radio's probably doing the same thing as you. Probably
Yeah.
stationed opposite Shadow.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
So that we both kind of cover
both
each
your heads
other's.
are poking out.
Yeah. So we're both the biggest ones as well.
Also, give me anyone give me a perception.
Perception 16.
You know what? I might as well.
Yeah. Captain 21 or whatever.
That's the other campaign.
That's right.
Oh,
16.
awful. Awful.
Well, I guess you can just fly around relatively unnoticed. 24. Oh.
24. Nice.
8 from me.
Oh, 8 from me.
Okay.
16.
16. Cool. The two of you both see that there don't appear to be any doors on that top level that lead out anywhere, but you do see 3 doors in the main room. The lightning wreath door that seems to be the only way truly in and out of the building. Then there is a door behind the barway and another door on kind of one side of the curved wall that Tagon and Gero are heading towards.
Okay,
which you
so
see
there aren't
you
any
go
other
through
doors.
to the offices. None that you haven't seen already before. Within Nat 20, Reed, you've noticed something a bit funny about the blue, the Dragon's Head Inn. You kind of are less looking at this stage and more feeling with your kind of magical sense, and you think that going through that doorway, something about your position has changed there. You don't feel like you're necessarily in the same place as you were before. You don't feel like you're still in the Undermountain when you're down here. It's like just a gut feeling, but you can't really explain it. But the kind of magical kind of sense you have of being on this plane of existence is telling you you're not in the same place as you were before.
Cool.
That is interesting.
Anything else before we move on?
I'm a good person.
That's a no.
Just
Yeah, I think
hanging
just,
out.
keep an eye out for anything interesting. I'm going to be keeping an eye on those 2 doors.
Cool.
Just to kind of take stock of who comes in, who comes out.
Nice.
Just in case, we decide later on, it might be worth, sneaking behind the bar, going and having a look in there or whatever. Basically, I can check out who goes in and out so that later on I can be like, hey, Quinn, borrow that face.
Okay.
Go in there.
Nice. Okay. Yes.
I'm shopping for faces for you, basically.
Nice. Cool.
Just in case we need to sneak in there later on.
You certainly do that. Well, one of the things you all notice as you're looking around the room is as Tagon and Gero go through the doors into the offices, you are once again met with the same sight you saw last time Gero took you in here to his office, but you go around this curved room 2 doors further down this corridor. His was one of the first rooms on the kind of left-hand side that, again, should lead out into the street, you think, but you're already in a space that doesn't really make sense. You go 2 more doors down from his, and you see as Gero kind of gestures for you to stand behind him a bit.
Yeah.
Let me do the talking, right? It can be a bit unpredictable.
Go ahead.
Little Blue. Yeah.
No.
Baby!
I've got something I want to talk to you about. It's about the watch pack. Dan, you immediately see as then the door just flies open. It kind of on its own accord. You kind of hear a somewhat faint sound like a small crackle of electricity just hit the back of that door as you see it fly open, and Gero is there just kind of yes, you come with him into the room. You see immediately as the door opens, there's this kind of pall of this faintly blue glowing gas just kind of ekes out of the room. As you kind of walk inside, visibility is lessened a lot in here. There is very much a smoky haze in here, and the smoke is the colour of the lights, and that everything has been in here, this kind of blue smoke that you are almost having to claw through to get a visual bead on anything. You bump into a chair slightly as you are following very closely behind Gero as he navigates kind of slowly through this room. Eventually, through this kind of fog, is revealed this very ornate, shining, dark navy blue stone desk that you see loom out of the fog in front of you. And almost being swallowed by this enormous blue, great kind of cushioned chair, you see a very skinny kind of frame of a bright blue dragonborn in a seat with his feet cross-legged, kind of resting on the desk. You see a sapphire about the size of a orc's fist in this dragonborn's hand as he's kind of like just tossing it lazily kind of like to one side as he keeps his eye on the two of you as you stroll out of the mist towards his desk. You do see two chairs set up here on the other side of this desk as he is very much looking down on you here. This chair, while this dragonborn doesn't appear to be very big in physique, his chair is sitting him up quite a lot over here. You can almost see his legs peering over the desk as it's sitting him up quite high there as he gestures for the both of you to take a seat in front of him.
Well, I'll set Milady very gently down in the seat and let her stand.
All right. What do you got for me, Garrow? And you see his Garrow kind of, well, you know Tagon, right? Yeah, you're the guy with the crossbow, right?
The very same.
Nice.
Pleasure to finally meet you.
I've heard good things about you. Garrow tells me good things about you.
Good. Thank you, Garrow.
Well, you put in the work. Anyway, my friend Tagon here, him and his friends, there are new hires. They've come up with somewhat of a plan here to get rid of the watch pack, and I know how you were saying you really want to kill them. Would you want to come with us? Yeah, I think I would. You see as this kind of excitement begins to build in his face, he kind of like, you see the cogs whirring behind his eyes, and his eyes actually begin to fade into this kind of blue light rather than the kind of eyes, the pupil eyes you've been seeing before. As you see this kind of power course down his, from his face, it kind of ripples across his body, down his arm, and you see as it kind of infuses up into his hand that's holding this sapphire, he crushes it and kind of just pours the powder of it on his desk. As he does, he then bends down, snorts an enormous line of this sapphire powder, the lightning coming out of his nose, crackling and just vaporizing it as it reaches his nose, and then he inhales it in as he goes across the desk. When are we killing these fuckers? As you see him kind of like look towards you.
Well, Little Blue, there was some concerning information around the watch pack, and we thought specifically we could use your help with someone who we worry might be sponsoring them, I guess. Not in the troll hole where we want to set the ambush per se, but reinforcements that they might have coming in. Garrow and I, we can handle the troll hole. We wouldn't bother you with something as little as the troll hole. But
I need to be bothered with the troll.
Well, tell me, do you know the name Galathon the Black?
What if I did?
Maybe he's afraid to go in the Undermountain. It's not confirmed, but it's heavily implied that they are being sponsored from an outside draconic force. If you could help us take down Galathon the Black while we handle the watch pack. Sure, there's a sizable horde there for...
What kind of dragon is this Galathon?
I'd imagine he's a black dragon, my lord.
Black dragon, Galathon the Black. That makes sense.
I've not seen it myself, but only the name.
Right. A rival dragon. My father would put me in his favor if I killed a dragon for him. Where is this dragon?
Quinn relays the rough area to where they got robbed.
That rough area.
Somewhere
okay.
around there, yes.
I think I know the spot. I was mugged there a while back.
Seems to be on a lot recently.
Black dragon, I think it was.
Let's go to my money.
Give me a straight persuasion check here.
I wish I'd known this was your plan beforehand, because I could have helped out. Never mind.
Cool. I use that point of inspiration I've got. Cool. Bada bing, bada boom.
That's a nat 20.
20, baby.
No,
That's a good use of inspo.
Yeah, that's strong.
Thanks, patrons.
Thanks, patrons. I'll take you up on this deal. I get 70% of the hoard, though. Make that 60.
You are my boss. You pay me. You take as much as you wish.
That's right. I'll take 65% of the hoard.
Deal.
Okay, I like this plan.
65% and I get a little bit of that blue stuff.
Be my guest. And you see as he reaches into a drawer, you see again this crackle of eldritch power down his arm and this lightning. He crushes another one and kind of sprinkles it at the other side of the desk.
Oh, I didn't expect him to ask me to do a line right away. Yeah.
Has Quinn ever done drugs before?
Quinn does it.
Cool.
Drugs, it's just a massive fuck off gem.
Yeah.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Crikey.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Good. 21.
21. Cool. You feel real weird for a second, like real lightheaded. Like you're like the kind of black edges begin to like come into your vision, and then you kind of like steady yourself, and you kind of like you're fine.
Yeah, that was really good.
Tight. Is Quinn now high, or is it just a crystal? Like this guy's mad.
Yeah.
You'll find out.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Thank you. That's good stuff.
That's the best stuff.
I need a changeling on drugs.
Right. Well, when are you doing this ambush? When are you doing it?
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve? You're going out on New Year's Eve?
Exactly. Quiet like.
I like your balls.
Okay.
It's like a really large in here.
It is foggy in here. I asked him about the vents. But yeah, okay. Okay. Come back to me with this dragon. You got any more info on this dragon?
I could try and get some.
Okay.
I'll have Garo run it to you. You do that for me, won't you, Garo?
Kind of like.
I'll get into it and be like,
I think my legs don't work.
Give me a persuasion check at advantage. See how Gary's feeling about you.
16.
Nice. Yeah. No. Well, I was going to gather some men together for the ambush, and I'll roll it into that.
Real hard boys.
Yeah. We'll get some men together, and then I guess we'll go set this up for tomorrow night then.
Well, how about I watch over those, meat shields we got out front, and you get some hard boys together. We'll meet up at the hole. I'll prepare up top with the rope and Milady to drop it down to you. The rope, that is. I wouldn't drop Milady.
I wouldn't even consider that.
We good?
And I see the son of the dragon's looking to the two of you, just very intently listening to this exchange. Yeah, okay. What the hell are you still doing here?
Oh. Thank you, Your
Get the
Excellency.
fuck out. And yeah, you kind of feel as the door is slammed behind you. You hear as Garo even kind of gives out this at the kind of leaving the room. Wow, that went better than I expected.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't tell me about this dragon's thing.
Yeah.
We've gone in that together.
You see, I'm looking for a promotion, Garo. Sorry. And my hand's really big right now.
I can only imagine that your pupils are like blown the fuck
Red
eyes, blue
I
dragon.
think
I can smell colours.
I want to go lie down.
that thing made me feel pretty weird.
And I'm going to try and just like stumble away down where the officers are.
Yeah, give me a second
direction.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Cool.
Quinn's gonna die.
That's a 12.
12, cool. You feel odd. You don't think it's through the diamond. You kind of like the sapphire even, but you do think that potentially that fog that was in there has had a bit of a strange effect on you, and you certainly feel a bit groovy.
Cool. I want to look for the Pale Master's office or stumble away.
Oh God.
Cool, yeah. Gero kind of, you see as he just stumbles back into his own office, leaving you alone in this corridor.
Yeah, I'll go down to. I think we walked past the Pale Master's
You
office.
did,
before.
it's one down past
I'm gonna
Gero's.
go to there and just
Cool.
see if it's open.
It's locked. He's just shaking it. Oh, knocking. That's no response.
Cool.
You have been told by someone else that he is currently away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I haven't got
He's
to-
away. There's nothing we can do. Let's just go.
Yeah. Good plan.
Oh.
That's the first I can really try. Yeah. I'll stumble out one of the doors, just
Okay.
like really like wide-eyed. You see Quinn come out from like the kitchen door, or like Tagon, just like looking around, like.
I think Quinn's been in a fight.
Oh. Hi. I'm high. I'm really high.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
Yeah, I said I'd watch over you guys. For
Cool.
now, I'd smoke
Right.
to Little Blue.
I love your
How'd that
album.
go?
Is that a euphemism? Is that a euphemism?
You will see at this point as the other door out of the offices opens up, and you see as Gero kind of stumbles through, looking very similar to how Quinn is, kind of just like stumbling a little bit, kind of like locks eyes. You know, like,
Carol, I thought you did do any of the.
what the fuck?
I think he spoke to Little Blue too.
You see as then he goes over to like a group of these very burly looking people in these long overcoats. Yeah, that are sat in kind of one of the side tables.
Weebs.
I'll just be like,
They've all got fedoras on.
I'll give you the lowdown, but as Tagon of what the plan is, and telling them about the dragon, whatever it was.
Galathon
Black.
Look, if we've got any information, he'd very much appreciate it. And then, I don't know why, I kind of just asked him for a line of the sapphires he was snorting, and I did a line.
Yeah, and how's that
Right.
turned out for you?
Apparently it's the fog that's doing this to me, but...
As you kind of exhale there, you do see as like sapphire dust begins to kind of like leak out of Quinn's nose a bit.
That's foul. Connor, can you
Connor's going to
make
take
him
some of
okay?
that.
Okay, yeah, you do.
Just in a little file. Probably not, no.
Okay.
He doesn't appear injured, which is what I could do from here.
I feel pretty croaky yesterday.
So we've just kind of got to wait for him to come down.
You kind of like begin to see as you're in here now, as the blue, you see all the blue. You see shades of this blue that you weren't perceiving before. You see all the way down to like a nearly white blue, all the way to like a very maroon, purplish blue in the corners, and then a dark navy towards the ceiling.
Shrimp colours.
You know what, if you
You
lot,
see in the shrimp colours.
See the shrimp blues.
if you lot go back to Geraldo's, I think I'll stay here.
You sure about that?
In the nicest way possible. I don't know if I trust you here by yourself. Or
How much of the like residue is coming out of Quinn's nose?
There's like a decently steady stream.
Quinn, are you gonna sniff any of that back up?
Back off, it's mine.
You see as there's like a little vial being collected.
When it fills up, just slip the other one
Like a
in.
little hoover.
It's so blue in here.
Yep.
Can I
I look at
just,
my hands that are blue.
before some of it goes into coroner's file, can I just...
Cool. Give me a constitution
Right,
save.
great. So
That's it. This is the whole session now.
that's real bad.
The gang get high. What is it?
4.
4, cool.
Probably gonna die a second time.
It's because of some dust.
2
Not dead.
points of poison damage, and you're currently poisoned
I'm shocked.
for 3 hours.
Sweet.
You've just inhaled sapphire dust.
Anyway, I thought we could pit the two dragons against each other, you know. Get Little Blue to crush Galathon the Black like we had intended.
You know what?
Why did you
That's
just
actually a bad
wink at
idea.
the people at the
I
bar?
didn't do that with my eye.
I think there's something really cool outside. There are so many blues outside, and I think we need to get you there.
If you weren't a doctor, I wouldn't trust you, but
Okay, well,
get up and
well,
put my arm around you.
Dr. Gore has, in fact, been developing a new blue for you to look at. So
Just for you, buddy.
just for you. So let's get you there.
Yeah, my insight check's a 4.
Yeah. Let's go show you a new blue. And I guess
How you doing, Appleby?
You also have an experience with the lighting here, as it becomes migraine bright for you, as you kind of experience the effects of this this magical infused diamond, sapphire.
How you feeling?
Appleby, like, it's difficult to tell when his eyes are closed because obviously it's kind of the indented
The
face.
pits.
But if he could squint, he would be squinting very hard.
You see a little mud stream come down.
Yeah.
Shadow reaches into his robes and pulls out his rift shades and just slides
Oh,
them
yeah,
onto
it's
the
very
great's
good.
head.
Where they were.
The other glare.
Do they help?
You like it, yeah. It kind of filters out a lot of the bright blue light, which was the same color as the rift was. So yeah, you're feeling a bit better now.
You'll be alright.
Does anyone else want some before?
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to retract that
I
offer,
know.
actually.
I do not know what is
I
happening.
forgot
But this sounds
who was
exciting.
in the party.
Yeah.
I've never snorted a gem. Can you believe that? Is it like a thing that we do?
No.
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 Oh,
No.
Absolutely not.
well,
Terrible mistakes have been made by certain members of the group.
Yeah, but you gotta break a few eggs before omelette.
Exactly. Try things.
Yeah.
Even if they are dragons snorting gems.
This is the most I've ever agreed with you, Tagon. I would like dust.
I vote no.
I also vote no.
Wait, when did we make back friends with Tagon?
We need to
never
leave
stop.
before someone says something that's going to
Yeah.
get us in trouble.
I thought I took his dick.
All right,
That
let's
kind
go.
of thing.
Yeah, let's,
Oh, right.
we can finish this conversation elsewhere.
Take my lady underarm.
Cool. Yeah, you do.
For, I think, the first time this campaign, Shadow just fully grabs Reed in one hand and is like, we're going.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. This is nice. This is close. Bonding moment.
This is as close to a hug as I think we're capable of.
It's not true. I sometimes cuddle your ankle in your sleep.
Is that true?
I don't know why you're asking a question of me, Bob.
Both Appleby and
all five of us, all of us. Just
Yeah,
like,
everyone
no,
just
it's
around
My ankles are.
oh, the ankle times.
Of course Reed does. None
You're
of
a
us do
very
it. That'd be
heavy
silly.
sleeper, Shadow.
None of us feel safe at night.
Fuck a lot of you.
Of course we did. We all did.
So heading out of the Dragon's Head Inn.
Yeah, let's get out of here before
Please.
someone accidentally crumbles us.
Nice. Where are you guys headed?
Anyway,
Yeah.
Probably Geraldo's to plan for the ambush.
That's probably the best plan.
is it tomorrow night from this point?
Yes, so
Right.
it's late afternoon now on the eve of New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Yes, so tomorrow will be the New Year's Eve.
We
New
want to
Year's
like
Adam.
take a day of downtime to prepare, pick up supplies, whatever we might need.
Sure.
Gonna say, aren't
Let
you
you
meant
have
to be
fucking
meeting
I
touchdown.
got a thing to do, yeah. But apart from that, yeah, go ahead.
A drink to be had.
Sure.
Yeah.
A talk to be had.
So back to Geraldo's?
I have to grill those.
Cool. Nice. You head your very familiar way back through the winding streets of the Undermountain, once again passing through this electrically charged district of the Blue King into the more hustle and bustle area where Dr. Geraldo's is situated, passing all the neon signs, shops, people busy trying to sell you their wares. As you reach the familiar street where Dr. Geraldo's lies, you do indeed see that the sign still reads Dr. Gore. No one else has taken any further lettering from his sign. And you actually see a very rare thing, or at least from what you've seen so far, there does appear to be a patient waiting in the waiting room, as you can kind of see their silhouette through the frosted glass that kind of like you can mildly see into the waiting room with. Just sort of heading on in.
Oh yeah, I'll beeline for them.
Cool.
A new friend.
Yeah. Nice, yeah. As you burst through the door, you see what appears to be a red-skinned half-orc just sat there on the bench. Just his from your kind of immediate assessment with your insane perception as well, you can see that there's definitely something wrong with one of his arms. Well, he's holding it in a very weird way.
Oh, hello. I'm Coroner. I work here. Has the doctor seen you?
Oh yeah. No, he's just he's getting ready.
All right, cool. I'll pop through. I'll just say that you do what you fucking want, and I'll go through into the operating room.
Oh yeah, you see there as Dr. Grado is indeed getting ready. You see he's kind of like pulling on his kind of doctor's coat, putting the arcane stethoscope around his neck, and attaching his big like set of eyepieces that go over his head.
All right, need my help?
And he pulls out like a big saw. I'm fine.
No, don't need assisting.
If you want to hold him.
Will you need holding?
No.
Right. Yeah, all right. Why not? I've got. How long have I got to kill?
If you're gonna, it's coming up to evening time now. I'd say it's probably like equivalent 6 in the evening at the moment. So the evening is yours. Your meeting.
Yeah.
It's kind of a nebulous time. He was just gonna wait for you there. So.
Right. How long do you reckon it'll take?
How thick were his arms?
How fit were his arms?
Thick.
Put my head out the door.
He's got pretty muscly arms, you can see.
Pretty meaty.
Hour.
Or leave it.
I'll get the straps.
Right, have fun. And as I leave, I'm going to cast Bone Regard on the guy.
Yeah, you see like a splintered bone in the kind of like center of his arm. You can see like all the shards are sticking out in some places. He's kind of holding it and hiding the injuries. You can see something's detonated in his arm. It would appear.
Fun.
Oh.
Right, yes, the doctor will see you shortly.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'm going to quickly, because I know fucking... God, I'm going to do healing word on him.
Cool.
Just see if it does anything to the bone.
Cool. Give me a medicine check along with that.
Okay. That's only a 20. It's not though. It's a 14.
Cool. What you do see happens is any kind of ruptured parts of the bone have like sunk back into the skin. There is no more bleeding going on, and you can see certainly the pain is relieved. But with bone regard still up, you can see that there's still a hefty break inside.
All right.
But definitely some of the pain and the blood has certainly stopped a bit.
Rubbed it in, fixed his arm before it's going to get cut off anyway.
Yeah. Enjoy your last moments with her, and I'd leave.
But not too much.
I'm sure the doctor's got some.
Oh no, it doesn't. It's not better.
Yep, right. No, that. Doctor's got some magazines that I'm sure will help if that's.
Kind of see as the door flies open. Says, "You come in now." Yeah, the orc kind of stands up, goes into the waiting room. You hear some vague screams go on over the next couple of hours. The orc walks out with this kind of mechanical limb on a few hours later as he strolls out of the operating theatre. You see he's kind of like investigating this thing. You would all see it's a fairly crude thing. It's just kind of almost like 2 spars of metal leading up to a fairly basic kind of clockwork hand. But yeah, you see as it's been fully replaced by this mechanical augmentation as he kind of like goes on out of the place and kind of like just testing out his hand on the way. You see as he kind of like spins a coin through his fingers and flicks through one of the nudie mags. On his way out, what would the lot of you been doing in those hours of screaming?
Joining in. I'll probably head out to the pub.
Cool.
As Coroner is leaving, I'm going to attempt to swipe one of the vials of sapphire powder.
Okay. So you have to beat their passive perception here to get this off.
Be a 21. That'll do it, I imagine.
I didn't take proficiency in sleight of hand, so it's a dirty 20.
Ooh, not quite.
You see, as you get very close here. It's just at the last second, Gordon, you kind of get this like almost electrical tingle as Shadow's hand kind of comes within proximity of your body, and you feel this kind of like
the klaxon sounds.
Yeah, kind of like, your head just like spins round.
Yeah, little car alarm noise.
That balloon shit really lasts.
I got the to-go bag. Don't.
Can't do what?
I leave.
Just in general, just don't.
Yeah.
Just behind the orc, you
Solid
sort of tinkle
advice.
out of the doctor's laboratory. Anything else the rest of you would like to do in this time?
Appleby is in like a slump on the floor
That's fair.
next to
Okay.
Quinn, going like,
You're in an asshole.
Quinn, can you hear all of that screaming?
Yeah.
It's like way more than there usually is.
I'd say it's about the right amount of screaming.
This is the right amount of screaming. Oh no.
Yeah, I think I'll just take the Eve.
Cool, nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until Quinn seems a little bit more kind of in the room.
Come down.
Yeah, and then I want to have a chat with you very briefly, but it would help if you were like coherent at the time.
I direct you towards like a medicine cabinet with like things that will help.
I just
like,
get a bucket of ice water.
Yeah.
Just chuck it over them.
Cool, nice.
Appleby just turns to mud.
Oh no! Horrible way to die.
Sorry, Kane, carry on.
No, I was going to say, seeing that Applebee's not having a great time,
You're about to make it worse.
Reed will just kind of like look round, see that everyone's trying to give Appleby a wide berth, and be like, alright, guess this falls on me. And we'll like zzz over and just sit like next to you and be like, how's it going? I'm so jealous.
Wait. Yeah. Have you always been... sis, have you always been that way?
Oh yeah. Everyone says I've never changed.
Never.
Nope. I've been this insufferable all my life.
No, I mean, I thought you had like a beak.
Oh. That's a strange thing to think. But I did once turn into a bird. That's not true. I didn't. One day I'll be able to do birds. But I thought I'd had a dream where I turned into a bird. That was fun.
Yes, maybe I had a dream where you were a bird. I
That's
thought,
cool.
didn't you? It's really difficult to play a character who's already weird.
So, like, how get your thumb out, and are you good or are you bad?
How do you do that?
You got thumbs.
Oh,
Does that mean we've established this?
yeah, I've got.
How's it going?
What? As if have I got thumbs? Yeah.
No, just like I've taken your accent. No, just like
It's quite hard not to,
how
isn't it?
How are you doing?
Yeah, man.
Oh, nice. I'm really jealous of you. I thought you were having a bad time, so I was going to help out, but it seems like you're fine.
Can we just give me an insight check to see if how
Yeah.
fine you can see Applebee's doing?
Ah, that's a 19.
Yeah, bad.
Oh, as you like put your thumb up and look at it confusedly, Reed will use Druidcraft just to like pop up a tiny little plant. That's your new. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I made it worse.
For the second time in as many hours, Shadow just collects Reed. Now, we're going to have a talk about what to do when people are tripping, friend.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yep.
Okay.
So, as we cut away from the multitude of screams that are coming out of Dr. Gore's facility, shall we call it. We cut out into the mean streets of the Undermountain with Coroner on their way to the Steaming Wrench to meet an old friend. It's not a far walk from where you are, but this is quite a new establishment. It didn't appear to be here the last time you were here, and it wasn't actually that long ago, just about half a month, I think, you were out of town in its entirety. As you see a gleaming, shining chrome building jutting out between the fairly mundane buildings to either side of it. This thing is crawling with hissing cables that are spurting out steam. You see clockwork mechanical things of inventions you can't even comprehend just working on the roof of this building, as this almost entirely automated building just stands before you, rising out and making quite a lot of noise here on the bustling streets of the Undermountain as you see the Steaming Wrench before you, written in large neon letters above a doorway that is seeming to open on its own as each customer comes in or out.
As I go to enter, I'll say a quick prayer to this very mechanical establishment.
Cool.
And then, enter.
You do so, you kind of feel the binaric course out from you, and you actually feel a part of it flow into kind of through the kind of digital sphere around you. You feel some of that language flow into the building. As you step inside, you feel very at home here as you see in every nook and cranny there is some kind of moving part, a clockwork wheel, a hissing lever, some kind of moving part just everywhere you look.
Big piston hammer.
Lots of pistons, lots of hammering kind of sounds.
Yeah.
You're not entirely sure what is being produced here by what is exactly all these things are moving towards, but you feel this weird sense of life that you relate very strongly to. You can feel the same kind of life force that powers you is just pervasive through this area, and it being in there is kind of almost charging you up a bit. You feel very good here. As you head on deeper into the bar, this kind of almost glow feeling getting stronger and stronger. As you head out, you see quite a few Warforged coming and going here. You see them pretty much all with these big slopping kind of oil tankards in hand, some of them just like pouring it over themselves as they go along past you. Some of them seem to have slots in either their arms, on their like neck, various places all over their body. Some are just pouring it like directly into kind of these hissing chambers on their kind of stomachs. As you see a large quantity of Warforged getting their equivalent of inebriated in this locale. You do see people of other races usually hanging out with like some Warforged. They just seem to have kind of a very basic ale in these kind of like see-through cups. But yeah, as you see, this definitely seems to be a place for Warforged. As you kind of scan the room and you instantly pick out, sat at one table, no drink in front of him at the moment, the blocky form of T squared, just kind of like bobbing along to this kind of anvil sound that is going through this wide area of the Steaming Wrench as you open out into this big main room.
Nice. I mean, knowing that all of our meetings ever that we've ever had, I buy us both a drink.
Cool. Nice, yeah, you do. It's 1 gold piece for 2 of these big slopping containers of oil.
I'll get a rag with mine as well.
Nice, okay. That's an extra gold for the rag.
Yeah.
But you get a rag for each of the drinks. As you go on over, you kind of cross through the makeshift kind of dance floor. You see two bots just throwing oil over each other as you move on to the kind of seating area where T squared is sat. He kind of sees you coming, stands up very awkwardly, like shunts the table a bit forward. You see as it kind of like moves forward on some mechanical legs and then moves back into place as he stands up. He goes, "Coroner, good to see you."
Nice to see you too. Your drink?
Oh, thank you. You're paid, I hope.
I have, as always. Walking through this bar up to this point, have people, because I'm wearing the sort of like religious garb of my religion, is anyone particularly noticing me as I go through?
You haven't noticed any strange eyes on you in the sense that you think anyone's kind of picked up on what you are here.
Okay, cool.
You know that this religion is something that is quite not well known of. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's something that it's either like it's so mundane to them that they're not like eyeing you up intentionally, or it could just be they have no idea what it is.
Cool. Well, good. This is certainly a fine place. How long's this been up?
About a week or two.
Only a week.
Yeah, this guy came in. He said he's set up some from all over Ellseworld.
He set up these all over elsewhere.
All over Ellseworld.
All right. Interesting.
It
Must be popular if it's something we're everywhere.
Yeah, the guy's name is Sprugget.
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 He's a gnomish fella.
Gnomish fella named Sprugget.
Yeah,
All right.
he's making all these nice places.
So is he
Feel
here?
good here, right?
Yeah, it's nice. Is he here at the Mo or is he?
I've not seen him personally.
Right. I start with the cloth, just like wiping the oil on myself.
Nice, yeah, you kind of dunk it in.
Yeah.
Oh, you mind if I
Go. Yeah, sure. Drink
Kinda
what
like
you want.
really like goes to town, like smearing it all over himself, like it draining all over himself. Oh, that's so much better.
You need to slow down a bit. Come on. We've only just got here.
Is this appropriate?
Kind of like puts the mug down and like slides it a bit towards you.
Oh, all right. Okay, I'll wait for someone to walk past and order another one, I guess.
Thank you, Karen.
Right. So what are we doing? We setting up here?
Well, I've heard there's a room in the back. If we wanted to start doing our meetings here, I think this would be a good as place as any.
I agree. It certainly fits the aesthetic.
Absolutely, that's what I was thinking. It seems divine.
It certainly does. I can feel the energies. Yes.
Feel good, right? I like see him
He's
moving a little bit.
It's louder here. Right. Yes. What do we have to speak to the owner?
Well, that's the thing. I've not actually seen anyone that works here. And you kind of actually
Alright.
look over to the bar and you see as all the kind of things seem to be just kind of happening by themselves. The drinks pour themselves. They are carried over to you on these sort of like little mechanical like small tables that sort of just are like drink trays with legs.
How did I not notice that when I ordered my drink? Right. All right. So shall we just go have a look and see if anyone stops us? I guess.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Yeah. Head on back there.
Cool. Yeah, you kind of go through and you see there's this another one of these mechanical doors that seems to lead into a room at the back, and as you both approach it, you see this kind of gleaming door before you.
Right. Now, does it automatically open for us? Is there a door handle or?
No door handle at the moment. You just see these kind of like two, like an elevator door. You see this kind of like two strips of metal before you.
May we use this space?
Kind of a moment passes. And nothing happens.
What do we do?
I don't know. Maybe kind of like touches the door, and you see as this kind of like ripple of electricity passes out from this door and kind of like into his hands. Some kind of something there. And you kind of like
Yeah, I'll do the same.
see again, and you kind of like so you touch it. You feel like there's some kind of magical lock on this door. You think.
Can I I'll say open in binaric?
Cool. Yeah, you do so. Opens up.
Fantastic.
Love
And
it when that
go on in.
works.
Go on in. Cool.
Yeah.
You see this kind of dark corridor before you as it opens up into this kind of lightless area before you. Do you have dark vision as a warforged?
No.
No? Yeah, cool. You just see this corridor of complete darkness. The rest of this building has been lit with this kind of like very like industrial style bulbs that have been just kind of like embedded in the ceiling, shining down. But yeah, this corridor is just black.
It's got a light.
Kind of like see as like he turns this like big the one circular part of his body is this kind of big circle in the middle. He turns it and this big like flashlight just comes out of his belly.
Beautiful, thank you.
Perfect.
That's alright. I'll go first, I guess.
I suppose so.
kind of like starts strolling down the like corridor. He's like, because of how square he is and how like almost square this corridor is, he kind of fits very perfectly down here. As you kind of just can sort of see over his shoulders, but you just see this kind of light of this kind of silhouette of T squared go down this corridor. It's just, it kind of like stops at the end, and you see as some stairs lead down.
There we go.
Completely in darkness still.
Right. Are you sure this is?
Yeah, no,
This is okay.
When I spoke to a warforged who was here, and he said the back room we could use.
What were their credentials?
He said he spoke to the owner. The owner said he could.
I don't know if I. Okay, let's keep going. I am going to quickly cast False Life on myself.
Cool.
Just to give me some extra. 7 HP.
Nice.
Damn. That's some serious 7 HP.
Yeah, downstairs I go, I guess.
Cool, yeah, you kind of head further down into this thing. You kind of are now following a almost spiraling staircase structure that takes you down. You feel about 2 floors before you reach the bottom, and you're met here by a relatively square room. And you notice here that the kind of like movement of the building has gotten a lot less. There's a lot less kind of like pistons moving down here. There are still kind of cables you see snaking up and down the staircase, but this generally feels like a much more quiet area, much more still area as you've kind of reached down here. But what you do still notice is this kind of this good feeling you were getting before. It's still very much emanating through here, and you can still kind of feel this motive force, shall we call it, kind of pervading the air.
Okay.
Down here.
One moment, please. And I'll just go to sort of the centre of the room and sit down cross-legged and sense for that, like, that feeling of, my God.
Cool.
See if it feels any different down here than it does anywhere else.
Give me a religion check.
Ooh, that's not good. That's religion. Nah, it's a 6.
You're struggling to figure out what this is, but you can very much sense that the source of this appears to be coming from the other side of this one doorway that is down here.
I'll go and try and open it again with Binaric.
You say open once again. Met with another dark room, but it's almost like you can see in here. As you see in the center of this room, just the outline of pure energy. You can't see physically, but you can sense there is a shape in the center of this room that is almost like a cocoon of power. As you feel this dark, obelisk-like shape floating in the center of this room. Again, you can't see this at the moment, it's too dark in here, but you can just feel the outline of power illuminating this thing floating in the center of this room.
T, get the light in here.
Kind of like, he turns around and the room is immediately illuminated, and you see it's this dark black room, and there is a thing in the middle. The thing that you can now see is a about 10-foot tall obelisk of this pure black. I say pure black, it's so black that it almost has a kind of green sheen to it as it shines as the light hits it, almost like a kind of malachite kind of sheen to this obelisk that is floating in the center of this room. And you see 2 massive fat pipes just sticking out of this thing and going into the ceiling, and you see as it splits into all the other pipes that seem to be pervading through this building as this kind of floating crystal, this floating obelisk, it seems to be powering this whole thing. And you feel this this emanation of this kind of this force that exists within you coming from this crystal, this big obelisk that's floating in the center of this room.
Lord. All right. Just double check, because I've got the green crystal in me.
Yes.
Are they for most people green, or is that a choice I made?
You've certainly seen a lot of people with that kind of green hued crystal.
Right.
The kind of outside lights can be any colour, but the crystals do tend to be slightly green in colour.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, you certainly notice that the sheen on this, it's not quite the same, but there's definitely a similarity to it.
All right. I'm just gonna have a look at like the outside of it. Are there any like markings on it to?
You kind of like go around it, and you see that it's wider than it is kind of thick. It's about about that thick, and
wow.
about 10 foot tall. And you kind of go around it, and you see as these pipes are just kind of stuck into the back of it, feeding this power off. And you can see kind of around the kind of where the cups of the pipes attached to this floating kind of block of obsidian, as greenish obsidian. You see this kind of like energy hissing out of them, or like almost trying to escape out of these pipes.
Okay. I'll quickly turn to T-Squad and say, if something happens, tell Dr. Geraldo, and I reach out and I touch it.
Touch it. Hello. You hear in binaric in your head.
Hello.
What is this?
I was going to ask you the same question.
Where?
Sorry, apologies, let me introduce myself. My name is...
Coroner.
Yes. You know who I am?
I'm beginning to learn a lot about you. You feel kind of this connection is very mutual. You feel this absence of space, like an empty mind in front of you, but you feel your own mind open to this thing as you are touching it.
What are you?
I'm this. I'm this. I'm this. Where is this? Where?
You're currently in the Golden Tooth City, Ellseworld. Does any of this mean anything to you?
As you're saying all of that, you're feeling these kind of images flash up in your mind, as if they're playing like through a slideshow. But like these events, like you're seeing the Golden Tooth as you approached it most recently. You are seeing Ellseworld as a map that you have looked at on a table, as you feel these images are being shared with this other consciousness.
Are you a vessel of creation?
What would that look like? What would that be? Am I that? Am I a vessel of creation? Are you a vessel of creation?
I am.
I think I'm like you, but I don't have any of those things that you have.
Do you have a name?
I don't. I'm this.
Okay. Well, do you have any desires?
Could you look around this room, please?
Of course. Yes, scan around the room. If I remove my hand, will the connection be lost?
Yes, don't do that.
Okay.
Where did you come from? Why are you here? Why am I here?
You're currently in the Undermountain City of the Golden Tooth. This is underneath an establishment for Warforged. I was told that down here I could use as a chapel, as it were, to creation. And I found you.
Is creation a god?
I believe so.
Have you seen it?
I felt it. I know it to be real.
Have I seen it? And you feel the reverse thing happen as to what you felt before. You thought this mind was empty, but it is, in fact, there is one memory in this mind, the thing that you have that it does not have, memories. As you feel this image come to you, and you just see silhouetted in that same kind of energy that you saw surrounding this obelisk in the darkness, but magnified to a degree that you can't even describe. You see this enormous obelisk floating in what appears to be just absolute nothingness around it. You see this enormous black jet obelisk in kind of pointed at either end, with this kind of corpuscent lightning that is keeping it aloft and tethering it to some unknown ceiling above it. You get the most brief instant flash of that. You kind of gasp as you feel this, not gasp, but whatever a warforged
Yeah.
would do instead of gasping, as you feel this kind of information flow back into you, as you feel this thing's memory of something come into your mind.
What was that?
That's all I have. Actually. I've got all yours now.
What will you do with it?
I don't think there's anything I can do with it. I'm here, I'm this.
I'm sorry.
I don't...
Is this what you want?
I don't know what I know what you want. I don't think I've had a want. And now I want to know more.
So do I.
So do I.
Is there anything? And I'll think about this that I have and bring a picture of it into my mind.
Oh, cool. Give me that.
Yep.
Give me that.
Do you know what this means?
It says, "Wake the tiger."
Pick a number between 1 and 25 for me.
Let's go 18.
Meanwhile, in the doctor's.
Oh god.
Back at the Dreamers Hotel.
Pencil? Thanks.
I've just written down a coroner met a sentient AI and taught it to want.
Yeah.
There could be no downsides.
Oh, I picked good.
Can it render a hand properly?
Maybe.
That you again get this flash of this obelisk in the nothingness, and that just fills that part of the cipher that you've been given, fills itself out as you feel the kind of the letter burn itself into, and you suddenly with clarity know that part of the cipher now. Oh,
How did you know this?
it's all I knew.
Thank you for it.
Thank you for finding me.
I have reason to suspect there are more like you in the world. Are you connected? Are you all one?
I don't.
Or if I leave this place, would I not find you anywhere else?
I've never been connected like this. I've never known another head full of thoughts.
Right. I think I'm going to... Is there anything you'd like to talk about? You've taught me a lot. What can I do to help you that I haven't already?
Maybe if you could just come back one day.
I will. I believe there's more of you. I will seek them out. And when I find them, they'll give me more answers. And with that, perhaps all of us together can figure out what it means.
If they're like me, I think they'd like that.
I hope they are. I'll then... give me 1 second. I should have brightness.
Wonder what they just got. Yeah.
Something exciting.
It's 125 at least.
Cool. I basically I say a prayer to it and I go through just very purely creationist dogma to it.
Cool.
So yeah. Every being is a vessel of information, and only through knowledge can one become better than they were before. And every being can discover something that no one has before. But knowledge can be dangerous. In the wrong hands, certain things can only be known by trusted individuals, lest they be used to destroy everything. Do you consider me a trusted individual?
I have your memories.
Then you can judge me.
I think you are honest.
I think you're honest too.
Thank you.
I will come back. I think you have my memories, you have my knowledge. Use my discretion when deciding to give that information to others. Because what we may uncover together may be dangerous in the wrong hands.
I understand.
I'm going to leave now, but I will be back.
It's okay, I have thoughts to think.
Well, I hope you find solace in them. And I pull my hand away.
Cool. You feel this kind of severance, like a USB pulled out without ejecting it.
Yeah.
As you are disconnected from the mind of this. You kind of feel this almost... it's almost like the feeling you get when you really miss someone as you kind of pull away there, as this sense of disconnection is very strong, as you feel like you just had a very profound religious experience of some kind, as T-Squared kind of watches on, just kind of illuminating this thing. You see it as kind of like this kind of like oily liquid. It seems to be coming out of his eyes. That was beautiful.
What did you see?
I saw the light.
Did you know this was here?
I did not know this was here.
You didn't guide me here. Okay.
Well, I think something guided you here.
Something has.
I think we know what that thing is. The big C.
Oh.
Yeah.
Christ.
This is Jesus.
It's on the map. I don't know where we are.
I think I need another drink. And I think we need to discuss a lot of things.
This one's on me.
Wow. What?
Oh my god.
Oh my word.
Send over a new leaf.
Does T-Squared not go to touch it himself?
He doesn't. He seems to refrain. He says, I saw enough.
Okay.
I felt the connection, and I felt that was meant for you.
I reach up and I just like put my hand on his shoulder, sort of like. Coroner feels very changed after this. They feel very different,
Cool.
and like suddenly they have such religious purpose, and it's a very shocking experience to suddenly have. They weren't anticipating this, so yeah, they're kind of shaking a bit. Like, yes, let's go back upstairs. I don't think this is the right place to be doing what we wanted to do. I think this is near holy ground. I don't know what to... I need to think for a while.
Do you?
I don't want to withhold it from others. That's not what I'm trying to do. Don't think that.
No,
It's
no,
just-
I understand. I was going to simply say, take the time that you need. There's no rush on us setting up shop here. There
Yes.
seems to be
We have all the time
maybe
in the
more
world.
of this than we thought.
There's a lot more to this. We're walking back
Yeah.
upstairs. I believe this is a conduit of creation. This is a part of it, maybe. Something split off. I think. Do you say there are more of this establishments like this around the country?
There's steaming wrenches everywhere.
All
That's what I
of
heard anyway.
just this continent, or how wide is this spread?
Your guess is as good as mine. I've never been out of the Undermountain.
No, I have to find them. I think there'll be more of these there, and I tell him like I've got one of the cipher. I've got it. I know what that is.
He kind of like peers over, being that he
Yeah.
had seen it before. And just, oh, holy creation!
It taught me there's 24 others. There might be 24 others of these in the world, and together they can show us the way. This is the solution to the first cipher, is finding all of these locations.
Well, I think you've just found your purpose.
I think I have. I think I'm going on a pilgrimage.
I love that for you. As you're going through the last corridor, you kind of like twist the belly lamp again, and it goes into a party mode, and you see these kind of like various colours start coming out of the centre. As
Yeah, I start raving.
burst back into
I love these
the
sweats so
main room of the steaming wrench. You do see all the Warforged still having a good time. The atmosphere, if anything, actually seems a bit more bouncy in here now. You see, and libations being had, oil being spilled, and general merriment of mechanical patrons.
Yeah, Coroner's just elated and joins in the revelry for long into the night.
Nice, you do so. Sweet, well, that's what Coroner does for the rest of the night. As the screams subside, the first
Meanwhile.
few hours of surgery / coming down, is there anything the lot of you at Dr. Growler's like to do, or do you just want to kick it into a long rest?
I'll be laying on my back in the furnace room, I think.
Nice.
Are you
I've been-
coherent at any point in the night?
But how long?
Oh, yeah.
When does Quinn become?
Tend me to just like sweat it out in the furnace room.
Cool, nice. I'd say like a couple of hours pass until you think Quinn is kind of like you see this kind of like vaguely blue sweat is kind of like pooled on the floor around Quinn.
Are you in the furnace room at that
Yeah,
point?
just like
Cool.
lying on my back and staying on.
Radio will come and find you at some point during the night. Slump down next to you.
Hey.
Hey, how you feeling? And pull out her battered hip flask and just kind of offer it to you.
Thanks. I'll take like a small sip.
It is the strongest whiskey you've experienced in your life.
That's the strongest whiskey I've ever experienced. I don't think I've actually been in my own skin since we've been here. Quinn will like slowly turn back down into their normal self.
Hear the cracking and the crunching.
Oh God, what a day and a half.
Yeah, you've been busy, huh?
We have.
So this son of the dragon, what was he like?
He was quite erratic, to be fair. His lair or his office was filled with this weird smoke. Goes by Little Blue or Real Blue. Was very tall, skinny, kind of in our face a bit. Quinn kind of like sits up. Fast talker. Sounded like he wanted to impress his dad. Was snorting that stuff.
But he ain't an actual dragon.
I think he is. He seemed keen to fight another dragon.
And you,
He seemed rowdy for it. He seemed keen for a fight.
yeah. And you name dropped that black scoundrel that accosted us on the road.
In the moment, I just thought, better him not be at our fight, you know?
No, I mean that was a,
Yeah.
that was a smart play.
That was the
It was
first
a
thing,
smart play.
first thing that came to mind, and then... Yeah, who knows?
Why did you tell him where he thought he was?
I said about where we robbed him, roughly. He told me, Tagon, and Garrow that any extra information we can glean from people, excuse me, might be
It's the whiskey.
would be good. But yeah, I just kind of threw it out there.
Well, I might actually be able to help you out with that. And she gets out her notebook and pulls out a piece of parchment and she unrolls it, and it's got a little map on it, and it's a very small kind of sketched map of like a section of Ellseworld. So like the main bit that we're on. And there's a section circled. I think it was down southeast of the Tooth in the mountain range. There's a cave region that's been circled with a big arrow pointing to it. And then in the corner is a drawing of the item that she gave to the dragon when we were accosted on the road.
Cool.
and she shows it to you. And she says, "Don't ask me how I got this, but I'm willing to believe that this information is legit. So if you want to tell our new scrawny friend about this here cave."
Do you want to meet him? You like dragons?
Sure, why not? I want my shit back. And if this guy's gonna help me do that, sure, why not? Pit those two bad bitches against each other and stay out of the way. I don't give a fuck about the rest of the horde. Y'all can take that. He can take that. I don't give a fuck.
He only wanted 65% of it.
Really?
Yeah.
How is this guy in charge of anything?
He's not, his dad is.
Oh, nepotism.
Best case scenario, dragon fights a dragon with us. We get 25% of a horde. 35% of a horde. And best case scenario, we kill 2 dragons and get 100%.
Well,
But
even in the worst case scenario, as long as my shit is in that 35%, y'all can take pickings of the rest. That's all I want.
we've got a day of preparation. I can dress up as Tagon again. Just take you into him.
All right. I like the sound of that.
I think I'd be better in front of him with someone watching my back as well.
Yeah, I can keep an eye on you this time. Maybe don't breathe in too much of that shit. You had it rough.
I like. It's fun to say yes, you know. Try things.
Yeah, well, maybe learn when it's time to say no as well. Restraint comes with maturity.
You're right.
And she offers you the whiskey again.
I should start acting my age, I guess.
See, that's exactly what I fucking mean. Yeah, that's it. She's gonna make. Rhodey will spend at least like a portion of the evening making a copy of that map.
Cool.
To give. She's not gonna give the original because she's not gonna give the original.
We'll just sit with you while you do that. We'll probably end up sleeping down in the furnace room.
Cool. Nice.
Assuming you let me go at some point.
Once I feel that you fully
No, you're in a pocket
comprehend.
for hours.
Once I feel that you fully comprehend what not to do in front of someone K-holing.
Spin-off episode.
Nightmare.
We go through the point where I'm like, I learned something today that
Ringo
people on drugs are terrified of plants.
No.
Oh.
People on drugs are scared of things popping up out of nowhere.
Oh, that's kind of
Give
what
me
I do.
a plant.
Oh. You're not made of soil. I could make a seed germinate. If you have any seeds.
No. Okay.
Oh. It's gonna rain tomorrow.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, Druidcraft's weird. I read it earlier.
Nice. Anyway, what I was going to say was people with drugs are fucking stupid.
Oh. Okay.
So generally speaking, kind of treat them like toddlers.
Oh, that's how people treat me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly
Treat
like
others
that.
as I would like to be treated myself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Nice. Okay.
Speaking of, and is there anything soft in the waiting office?
Chairs are pretty soft. The magazine could be considered soft.
Any cushions?
There's a couple of like cushions on the chairs, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to take one of the cushions and hand it to Appleby. This is not your usual brand of good thing, but this will help.
Yeah, this helps more than the bells.
See?
That will be holding a cushion.
Starts eating it.
As things start to like piece down, Reed will like yawn and be like, I've got 2 questions for you.
I have maybe 2 answers.
Cool. First one is I've always wanted, ever since I met you, wanted to know if your ear would be a good blanket at some point when you're ready. Could I use it as a blanket?
Ask me again in a month.
Luckily, I'm trekking every day.
Yeah.
How long's a month? 40 days?
40 days, yeah.
739. Yep, and then question 2, an easier one. So I'm a little bit confused about morality. Like,
question.
so, you know, like, because I always thought that, like, if somebody was like a king, then they're probably a good guy. But the overall consensus of our group is that the blue guy, not great. So, like, can bad people be leaders? And if they can, does that, like, how do we know? And are we, whose side are we on? And, are we good?
Are we the baddies?
First of all,
Yep.
that was not one question.
Oh,
That was many questions, but I will answer all of them.
yeah.
It boils down to this.
Mhm.
You want to be treated,
Yep. Like
and you
candy,
want to treat others as they would treat you, yeah?
Yep, soft things.
You can judge the actions of other people by whether or not they are behaving in a manner that you would deem appropriate. Are they taking care of those around them? And if they are, is there anyone who is suffering because of those actions? If there is, that is not taking care. So yes, the Blue King is taking care of the Blue Bloods, but people around here are suffering.
Yeah. That's a good point. I think by that logic, we're awful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
Well, if you want, do you want to be good?
Yeah. I mean, I was told once by when I was like, even smaller than I am now, that I was biologically incapable of not being good. I think they were kind of like taking the mickey a little bit.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I've been described as a frustrating ray of sunshine. Like, it'd be nice if it wasn't blinding you while you're driving down the road. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've never intentionally done something bad, and I kind of like that. So yeah, I want to be good. I want to be like, a hero.
Those are two different things.
Oh, yeah, that's confusing to me.
So, for example,
Yep.
the kobolds who stole the sign or the letters on the sign,
Yeah, little guys.
their hero is the Blue King. That does not necessarily mean that the Blue King is good, just that they...
Make poor choices.
Exactly. Thank you, Cushion Man. Whereas someone like Rodeo,
Yep.
I would argue,
Basement.
is good.
So good.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I was still talking about this pillow.
It's great.
I like it. Okay. Right. Well, clearly that was the easier question because the other one's going to take you a month, whereas this one only took you a couple of minutes. So, thank you. I'm going to tick morality off on my checklist. There's only one item on it.
You've solved it.
But first, start a checklist. Done.
Nice.
Anything more before...
No, you can carry on with this for like an
Before
hour.
Betty
This is
Boop.
fascinating.
Anybody?
Actually, yeah, I do have a question back to you. Only the one question.
Yeah.
What are you tracking the days for?
Oh, yeah. I might die forever, or I might live forever in 779 days.
There's always a chance you might die forever.
Oh, yeah, death is
Yeah.
pretty final. That's kind of the normal one, but it's particularly on that day. It'll be one or the other. Binary.
Shadow looks in real close to see if you've managed to sniff any of that blue shit.
As you lean in, Breach goes, "Hey, your head is huge."
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. What? Why are you going to die?
Oh, it's just like a fairy thing. We just like die when we turn 29. 30? 30.
Right. Okay.
Or we live forever when we're 30. We'll find out. Coin cost.
If you get to 30 and live forever, can you be killed? Can I test that theory?
I cannot die of natural causes. I can be killed, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
no,
you
I'm not like truly immortal. That's reserved for like deities.
Just
Pretty sure I met one of them, or it might have been a rabbit. Who knows?
I
Good
think
rabbit though.
think I met the same rabbit.
Yeah, great guy. Honestly, what a guy. Yeah.
Cool.
right.
Well, after that conversation about morality, about an hour or so later, say it's been, at the very least, you would have gotten a short rest off at this point, as Coroner comes stumbling back in later than usual, as you, from this short period of time you've known Coroner, they've come back a bit later than you would have expected. Usually very kind of prompt and seem to have a very kind of like more scheduled life when they're in and around Dr. Geraldo's, but this is a later coroner than you've seen before, and also a bit of an oil sheen on
They
them.
are slick.
So shiny.
They're looking good.
Little pack footprints all the way home.
You're up late.
What? Oh, yeah.
No note. No message ahead. Rodeo's been worried sick.
Really is fucking asleep in the basement.
My apologies. I've had a good night.
What have you been up to?
I went for a drink with T Squared. It's a nice new bar. It's very Warforged themed. It felt good. Felt nice to be there.
Nice to be around being such as yourself.
Yeah, that. It's just nice, not have many Warforged establishments around, Have you seen any others?
I
Called
can say with
was it the Massive Wrench?
The
Steaming wrench.
Steaming wrench.
Called the Steaming Wrench?
I
Any
can
other-
say with 100% certainty I have not.
Okay, all right. That's quite certain.
I have never been more sure of anything,
Right.
than not knowing what the fuck that meant.
Oh well, it's like a bar, but it's very.
Oh right, yeah, no.
It's called. Okay, you haven't seen
Wait.
it.
I might have heard of.
Oh yeah, no.
What was it
we've
Called the
probably
Steaming
played-
Wrench. Apparently, there's a few of them around.
The what?
The Steaming Wrench.
Oh, I was thinking of the reaming stench.
Right. You've seen the reaming stench. Hold on. What?
Hold on.
It's been seen.
Please don't fuck with Appleby.
Yeah.
I've only just settled them down.
All right. Sorry.
I'm loving this pillow, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, keep hugging it, man. It's going to get you through this.
Somehow like covered in moss now, the pillow.
Yeah.
Like,
Alright.
it's plants growing
Can I
out of it.
keep this?
Yeah, by all means.
Oh,
It's yours now.
Do I not? Okay.
Don't ask, please.
Okay.
It's been a long
Is
night.
Geraldo still up?
I've not seen him for a
You
while.
see him there behind the
Oh.
counter, just like
Yeah, he's there.
He's just been like sort of like listening to everything you guys have been saying, just chilling, like reading his magazines.
Right.
Didn't have to say anything about morality. Actually, no, don't ask him about morality.
Kind of nodding along to some of the stuff that was being said, but yeah.
If I could put a quick pin in this conversation, I've
Please.
something to talk to Doctor about quite urgently. Doctor, if we could head somewhere private.
Yeah, of course. And as he kind of like begins to get up to stand, you actually hear from outside the room this ear-piercing scream. I'm not going to do it with the microphone, but you hear... And you hear this kind of like smashing sound, a very large smashing sound coming from outside the building. As the kind of like doctor begins to stand up. What the fuck was that?
I don't. Okay.
Do we hear this downstairs?
The two of you downstairs both give me a perception check. Everyone that was up in the waiting room, you all hear this.
Hood is immediately up.
Oh, that's a
No,
one.
you do not.
No, I'm going to use my inspiration.
12. You
Don't leave me down in the basement by myself. That's much better. That's a 18.
You hear the scream. It is very, very loud. You don't hear this big crashing sound, either of you. Both you hear this scream emanate from upstairs.
Oh shit! God damn it!
And from this kind of waiting room, a lot of you actually begin to see this kind of like dim glow, as if there is a fire burning somewhere outside.
I
Uh-oh.
will turn into Tagon again, just so I'm not myself. Run upstairs.
Appleby, bring the cushion. Read. Wake up.
Oh, hi.
What the fuck was that?
We don't
Not
know.
sure.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Good.
Hi.
Thanks for help.
Lock the door after you.
I'm going to dash outside.
Immediately on the way
Swiftly
out.
after.
I'll be the last out and I'll lock the door.
Yes, Coral, as you're turning from locking the door, you see a sight before you. A lot of you see this a bit earlier on. As you see about 100, maybe 150 feet down the road, there seems to be a scene of carnage. Actually, a little bit closer than that, yeah, it's about 100 feet down the road. You see a building to one side of the road completely ablaze. You also see sporadically behind it, dotted behind it, a few other buildings that are ablaze. Standing in the middle of the street, you see 5 or 6 individuals, but they are all shadowed by one large individual. Shadow, you would certainly recognize this from the wastes as an ogre standing above this crowd. You also see silhouetted by this firelight the sparkle of silver suits, as you see everyone here, including the ogre, is wearing a large silvered suit, as it appears that the Silver Promise have made their way into the Blue King's territory. You see a massive, what looks like the stump of a tree in the ogre's hand that is currently embedded in the kind of roof and main frontage of what was a shop, the source of that enormous crashing sound. You see as a figure begins to run towards you out of the kind of smoke and debris that is emanating out from these Silver Promise members that you can see. This figure, the halfling-headed dragon aberrant that you saw the other day, the member of the Blue Bloods that was hashing down that cobbler for his tithe money, comes running out towards you. You gotta help us! You gotta help us! The Silver Promise are in town.
Time to get another promotion.
Looking directly towards you, Tagon, as you're currently dressed as a Blue Blood member.
Time to get another promotion.
Yeah, lead the way. We'll be right behind you.
All right then. And you see as he kind of rolls his shoulders back, and you see as the kind of dragon element of his body, the 2 massive arms on either side begin to swell slightly with this electric energy that's flowing down. And you see the claws begin to extend as his bulk begins to kind of almost tear out of the suit, as you see these kind of figures shrouded in the smoke of the burning, but them and the ogre are still very visible down the road from you. As you kind of stand here with Baby Head, I think there, we are going to take a very short break before we come back into this combat on the other side of the break. If you want to see what happens as gang war is erupting in the Undermountain, don't go anywhere. This will be just a very short break, just so I can go pee and refill my drinks. But we'll be back with you soon. See you on the other side.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
What time is it?
Yeah, the It's you.
Ellseworld.
Here we are.
Thanks for coming back. Sorry we weren't there. If you're watching the Super Bowl, you can't hear me.
Watching the Super Bowl. Fuck you.
Last we left off, our party are in the Undermountain. There is a gang war going on down here, and a big step up in the plays seems to be taking place right here, right now, on the eve of New Year's Eve. The Silver Promise gang have encroached upon the Blue King's territory, seeming to want to be sending a message here. They're burning buildings. This ogre seems to be destroying shop fronts and things down here, area known to pay the tithe to the Blue King. As they are coming up to the kind of vicinity of Dr. Geraldo's, a lot of you have rushed outside, seeing this kind of smoky street ahead of you, these silhouetted figures of 6 Silver Promise gang members, as well as a hulking ogre behind them. A figure known to you guys as Babyhead has run up to you. He is a dragon aberrant who has the most of a body of a dragon, kind of born-esque figure. At this stage, apart from much more hulking than a standard dragonborn, but the head of a halfling on top of that, hence the name. He's just run up to you. Tagon, dressed as another member of his gang, a higher ranking member of his gang, not to mention, pleading for your help, and as a lot of you have turned towards the Silver Promise, let's roll for initiative.
What's the layout? How far away are we?
They are 100 feet down the road at the moment.
100 feet?
100 feet indeed. Appears to be the 6 gang members at the kind of front, and the ogre just behind them.
I'm going to use my gave you a bottle of Coke advantage.
Nice.
on initiative.
Someone's got,
Bribery is allowed.
there's also an advantage and a nat 20 floating around.
There is a nat 20 floating around.
I've got a
It's
Patreon
yours,
advantage.
isn't
I do have a nat
Yeah.
20 that is floating around. Yeah.
Damn it.
I need to also roll for baby head.
Yeah.
With baby head. You got a nat 20 on it, dude.
Nice.
Nice baby head.
Baby
Where's
head.
baby head?
Did you,
just don't
did you name him after that? Give him pets on his baby
I
head?
didn't know.
Hit the spot. Who's that on the kitty bed?
This is like one of Sid's creations from Toy Story.
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Oh
All
god.
the Dragonborn aberrants very much have that energy about them.
Love it.
Like,
The Blue King is Sid.
yeah, pieces put together not quite right. Reed, what did you get for
17.
initiative? That's a good roll.
Isn't it? Tell me about it.
Quinn,
9.
9. Ooh,
Not
bad.
such a good roll.
Appleby,
16.
that's pretty awful too.
What the hell? There was
so what-
one behind Kane.
Shadow,
I got 10.
nice.
Fuck you.
That's
It's arbitrary. The coroner,
12!
12, my favourite.
Yes!
And rodeo.
9 as well.
9 as well.
Nice.
Pretty nice.
Damn.
Cool. Cool.
I felt really personal.
Sorry, I'm just putting the bad guys in. Shadow, what is your dex mod and why is it better than this guy's?
+4.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is better than that guy's. And then that's okay, so that'll be going last. Cool. Up first in the order with a natural 20, not even the paid for
Oh
one,
no.
is Babyhead. You see as his claws extend and he kind of like runs up about 40 feet, realizes he doesn't have any ranged weapons, and kind of just like, you see he just kind of stands there in a kind of combat position about 40 feet ahead of you. Sorry, it's up to me who goes next. Up next in the order is Reed. Appleby, you're on deck. You've just seen Babyhead run up about 40 feet towards these figures.
We're getting involved?
Yep.
Yep. Alright,
Feels
I
like
can
it.
stop the ogre. Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
That's the big
hope no
one.
one's on a rectophone. And I'm going to wild shape into a giant spider.
Oh god.
Nice.
Ah! Oh no. The spider just looks at you apologetically and then skitters away.
Skitters is such a
How
horrible
much
word.
I love the
speed
word
do I
skitter.
need to get up on a ogre?
How much speed do you need to get up on the ogre? It's 100 feet away at the moment.
You could have also used your speed and then turned into the spider and then used the spider's speed.
You're allowed to do that, right?
I'll
If
do
you'd like to
that. Did not know I could do that. Cool, yeah, so Reed will like flitter. I literally just wrote wild shape because I need to update my character sheet. I'll
I
flitter.
wonder what speed was.
Oh, flying speed 30. So I'll flutter away.
Mhm.
Then I'll scatter further.
Yep.
That gets me 40 feet away. Alright. I've got 30 and 30, so that's 60 feet.
Yep, so you'd be 40 feet away. From
Cool. I'm going to make.
You're now 20 feet ahead of this of Babyhead.
Yeah.
Baby head like spiders.
Babyhead gets a spider sort of wink at it with 4 of the 8 eyes.
Oh.
I'm going to attempt to web the ogre from this distance. It's in my.
It's in your web range.
It's in the bad web range, not in the good web
It's in the
range.
bad
But let's
web
give it a
range.
go. It's
Nice.
something I can do. So I've got to do this at dis, I believe. Can I use my inspiration to do it, not at dis?
Sure, yeah.
Nice.
Maybe see what you roll first.
Oh yeah, okay, never mind then. Yep, I'm gonna do that. I'll reroll. I want to do it not at dis. I don't know why I did.
Cool, yeah, fine.
Nah, it's not amazing. 14, 15.
15 for that. What? So it's
Just trying to hit it with a web.
You just have to hit to get
Yeah, I
it.
need to hit. Yep.
Yeah, its AC is 11, so yeah.
Great. The target is restrained by webbing.
Nice.
It may take an action to make a DC 12 strength check to get out of it, but that will be its action gone.
Okay, cool.
My goal is just to stop this ogre from doing anything.
Nice. Does it have size restrictions on the web?
One creature.
Nice, cool, yeah.
I'm massive.
Oh, you're a giant spider, right?
I'm a giant spider.
Nice,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
He's,
a
he's
spider.
like a little penny spider.
Yeah, just one tiny
Nice,
little creature.
Nice. Yeah, so you, in your giant spider form, spray this big kind of globule of web over at this ogre, which seems to get all over its suit.
Just stuck its clubbing arm to
yeah,
its
it's
side.
stuck its clubbing arm and its leg. All that. It's restrained.
Yeah, it is currently restrained.
Cool. Yeah, you do so. Nice.
The weapon can also be attacked. If you want to do that, let me know.
Cool. Yes. That certainly happens. You all see as this ogre
That's a
is
very good
webbed.
play.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Appleby. Unless you got anything else.
Bonus action.
You've got
Skitter.
change.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Okay.
Does it make your legs go here?
Cool.
Yeah.
Appleby, you're up. Coroner, you're on deck.
How close is the ogre?
100 feet away.
100 feet away.
100 feet away.
Damn. My speed ain't so good, and the range on most of my stuff also ain't so good. Yeah, all of it's pretty. Ooh, what about this? No, that's 60. Almost all of my spells are 60 feet. I will. How quick can I get on my bike and get a little closer?
I'd say it's an action to pull out your bike.
Yeah.
Once you have the bike out, you could then use its. I'd say you could then use your bonus action to mount the bike, and then you'd have its movement speed. So you would need to use your action and your bonus to both pull it out, get on it, but you could get on your bike.
I don't know what the movement speed of my bike is. I don't
60
know.
feet.
60 feet. So I mean, using that is better than using like a dash action because
You've got permanent dash.
my speed is.
Yeah,
only-
you will be on a bike though. So yeah,
That's
so,
hard as fuck.
so you'll have the upsides and downsides to
You
mount
can't
in
really
combat.
stay still.
You can also just move 30 feet while getting the bike out.
Yeah. The bike has to be planted to grow, right? Or
Move,
does
you
it-
could technically, yeah, I guess move 30 feet, throw the acorn on the ground, the bike would pop out, you could get on it and sail 60 feet.
I want to see this. I want to visually see this happen. I would
Just
love
really slowly folding it out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I run 30 feet. I pull out the acorn.
You toss it about 30 feet ahead of you.
Yeah.
You move the 30 feet up. By
I
the time
do
you
like a
get
little
there-
roly-poly and land.
By the time you get there, you all see it's happening. He throws this little thing out, a pouch on his belt, and you see popping out of the ground like a pop-up tent would pop up. This enormous plant-based penny farthing bike.
Have you
just
always
grows
had
out of the
this?
ground.
He
Yeah,
rode it
I've
Seen
here.
it before.
You rode it in the car park.
Okay, and Appleby moves up a further like 60 feet.
Yeah, you're now 10 feet away from these guys.
I just give them a massive grin, particularly the ogre.
Okay.
That's it. I'm there. I can't do
You're
anything
quite
else.
high up as well if you're on a penny farthing. So you're just like,
I can't do anything else.
that's
Okay,
it. Just get on
alright.
boom.
But yeah, you always move the full 60 feet up. So. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. Coroner, you're on deck.
Dan's dead. I'm on deck.
Sorry, no, Coroner, you're up. Shadow, you're on deck.
Cool.
Save that.
Now, I don't know if it's been said yet. How far away is this ogre from us?
The ball is just
I don't
held out a
know.
little.
No, okay.
It's 100 feet away.
It's 100 feet. Okay, cool. Sorry, I didn't hear it before. I'm going to move up my 30 feet so I can perfectly catch in a 30-foot circle Rodeo, Reed, and Shadow.
Mhm.
And then Coroner starts praying. You can see it's like a way more sort of like vigor to their like usual combat chants, and like they clearly have got some fervor
That's a bit
behind
more
it.
vigorous.
And I cast Bless on those three.
Nice.
So while adding a D4 to your attack rolls and saving throws.
You have been successfully blessed by the.
Is that
Attacks and
just-
saves.
Attacks and saves. I will remind you. Don't count on me though.
Is that a one-off thing?
Nope. For the next minute.
Oh, okay, cool. Fantastic.
Just Coroner's concentration to keep that up.
I've got my default there, so I remember.
You are blessed. There's a little.
Those good tingles.
You got them good tingles.
Those good tingles.
There's a little leech on like your weapon arm.
Cool,
It's
less
like
good tingles.
slightly guiding you,
Cool.
giving you little shoves.
I'm used to it by now, actually. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
like the least weird thing.
Little
happen in this
spectral
fight.
leeches, one on each of your spider legs.
I feel like you can vaguely hear like walkie-talkie static.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
And yeah, that's me.
How
Nothing else in your turn?
No, just move up. I've not got anything useful to do with the bonus action at this time, so I'll just
Cool.
I'll do me.
Shadow, you're up, and it's going to be an enemy on deck.
Yep. In terms of the togetherness of rooftops down
Yes.
here, can I easily run from one rooftop to another?
I'd say up until you get to the part where they started burning them down, yes, you could very easily move to one side of the street, get onto the rooftops, and then start. It'd be pretty easy. There's very much different levels to it, but you could certainly with some checks get across the roofs pretty easily. So there's a lot. They're all very close together, despite the fact they're different heights.
Sound. I am going to flank off to our right and just head upwards as much as I can onto a rooftop.
Nice. Give me a straight old athletics check. So you go on up.
Oh, good. 13.
Nice. Yeah, you climb it. So it would be probably like 5 foot to get to the foot of the buildings. Be 10 foot of your movement to climb up onto, I'd say, like the first floor level.
Cool.
Would you want to go higher than that, or?
First floor is fine for now.
Cool.
If I'm on first floor, can I still move across?
Yeah, so you can get another 15 foot across. You're kind of running across the next building over from Geraldo's at this stage. One of his neighbours knew. Yeah, you make it further 15 feet up.
Cool. Just to make sure that I get close enough that I need to be, all of that would have been done at a diagonal,
Cool.
so I'm still moving the right amount of distance.
Absolutely nice.
And as soon as I'm in shooting position and a bonus action hide,
Nice.
goes pretty well for me with a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you are successfully hidden from these things.
Nice. And then I'm going to take a pop shot at the ogre.
Nice.
Can I go cool shot?
You can go cold shot.
Cool. I'm going to aim for one of its eyes.
Nice. Ooh, nice.
Short bow, 80 feet, 6, 9. 18?
18 definitely hits.
Nice.
Let me just get up my cold shot rules. So, what did you say it was again? You got sort of
18.
18 does indeed hit. You needed to beat a 17, in fact, for that cold
Nice.
shot. So you shoot this bow out, and you see as it hits this thing in the eye, as it is just absolutely dazed by this attack, and you think you have stunned it for some period of time, as well as your standard damage there.
Nice. So that'll be 1d6 plus 4. Not adding a d4, but adding sneak. Nice. 12 damagios.
12 damage, nice. You deal 12 damage, and you have stunned this ogre.
Excellent.
Stunning.
Stunning.
Absolutely stunning.
Speaking of this ogre, do you have anything else left on your turn?
Move. No, all good.
Cool. It is the ogre's turn now. It is stunned, which I believe
And restrained.
just means it can't do anything this turn.
Yeah, I can't take actions.
Stunned creature automatically fails. Yeah, so it's just going to stay there, webbed for a turn, completely stunned out of its mind. As it's kind of like, it's webbed, it's got an arrow in its eye, it's like, yeah, that's the ogre's turn. Quinn, you are up, rodeo on deck.
Cool. I'm going to step 10 feet forward, so it's 90 feet away. And then as Tagon, I'm going to fire a lightning chromatic orb.
Cool.
At advantage because it's restrained.
Nice.
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
And a crit fail. That's a crit.
And a crit fail,
Oh my god.
You know, I said I wanted to destroy everyone with each element of
Yeah.
this, so that's going to be, 3d8, so 8, 16, 24, 30, 39 points of lightning damage to the ogre.
Oh my god.
It is a lot. It is now bloodied.
Nice.
Is that...
Just aim down my lady and have the diamond placed at the other end so it looks like I'm doing it out of a crossbow for cover or some shit, and then just...
Oh yeah, because I
Or
guess
some shit.
Tagon isn't
Yeah.
known to be a wizard.
Yeah.
This thing is, you see as this burst of energy emanates from Milady and just sears the skin of... Sorry, what did you do? What time?
Lightning.
Lightning, nice, fitting for Tagon. As this crackling bolt of energy hits this thing and just sears away parts of its flesh. You see as it's left blackened and cracked across this ogre's chest as you've done a decent portion of its health there.
I'll just kind of walk forward another 20 feet, kind of just come in behind Baby Head.
Nice,
and just kind of call out his Tagon. Flee or plead to the Blue King.
Yeah! Cool, nice. Up next, Rodeo, you're up, and it's an enemy on deck.
Uh-oh.
Where were all of these smaller individuals? Were they
Just in
they
front of the
also
ogres.
so like
Yeah,
still
so
100 feet away?
95 feet away.
Okay, they still haven't done anything. Okay.
No, they are last in the initiative order, the thugs.
Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do what everyone else has been doing and take a shot at the ogre.
Nice.
Might as well. Is it still restrained?
It is still restrained. It's still stunned.
Does that mean do I get advantage?
I believe you will have advantage. Yep, attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Amazing.
It's being stunned.
That's a 19. 27?
27 absolutely hits. Has an AC of an 11.
Okay, yeah.
It's wearing a suit.
Pistol
A
D10.
big, ugly suit.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. How do you kill this ogre?
Straight through the other eye.
Nice, okay.
Arrow out of one eye, smoking from light.
Yeah.
Falls backwards. You see
We're
as
just
it does.
puncturing this poor creature.
As it does, the club that was embedded in the kind of shop front pulls up with it, disbedding it from the shop front. I'm sure that's not a word, but
It is now.
It is now. The ogre
Storefront.
falls dead to the ground. Very nicely done, because that was a big threat damage-wise that you have eliminated there. As we come into the thugs' turn, seeing that, they are all actually going to make a morale check to see.
We're just going to run
how
away. This might be a very
fearful
easy
this,
fight.
this is for them. Cool. 1 stays, 1 runs, 2 run, 3 run,
The leadership's terrible.
4 run. So 1 stays out of these 6.
Oh my god.
As this ogre falls, they fuck, what? Oh, Blue King's got some fucking strong guys on his side, as you see kind of like their courage shake, and all but one of the thugs just starts to book it back the way they came.
I'm not
Seeing as the one that stayed rolled its check first,
Yes.
and then everyone else ran the fuck away.
Does that change
Is it
his
going to
mind?
stay?
I'll roll him another one, see if he stays.
Oh.
Yeah, he stays.
Fucking fair play.
Love this guy.
This guy
He also wants promotion.
draws his second sword out of his belt, out of the one he's already got. He's like, I'm here for a fight. As he runs over towards the man riding the penny farthing. He's done anything.
fucking sword in the spikes. Here we go.
Terrifying.
And he tries to chop up at
Easy
you
there.
with his multi-attacks. I'm gonna...
What's the AC of the fucking penny
Do
farthing?
it. Do it.
Using that 20 out.
God.
Well, I don't want to kill you again.
Just
Do it.
break the penny farthing.
Does sword in the spokes take him off?
No, my bike.
I'd like to know drawn Applebee's with an absolutely cheeked up outline.
Share it with the class.
He's got a big,
I'm gonna roll the first of his multi-attacks
with a
first.
big
That doesn't look right.
Cool. His first attack misses as he goes to swing up at you, Appleby, with his first sword, and you just manage to nimbly kind of dodge out of the way somehow.
No one's ever done anything nimbly on the belt.
Yeah, it's not a word to
It's not a
describe
graceful machine.
He's riding it like a BMX.
Seeing that this agile vehicle
It's got
seems to be
pegs.
thwarting his plans, he goes in for a second attack, and I am indeed going to use the nat 20 on that attack as he
Most
goes to
lopsided grind.
slice the bike, and his blade cuts cleanly through the spokes of the front wheels, just slicing through as this natural 20 cripples the front wheel. Appleby, you are thrown from the bike. Do you give me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh no.
As you're about to fall 10 feet down.
What the hell? I'm going to use my Patreon advantage. Thank you, Patreon.
Thanks, Patreon, for this clusterfuck.
God.
Patreon versus
It's mostly
Patreon.
your fault, El.
It is mostly.
Oh, it was
Fuck
worse.
you,
What was it? A
patrons.
dex save?
Dexterity saving throw.
It was
Oh, you're
10.
not blessed. It's
It
10?
was 10.
Cool, yeah, you kind of like eat shit on the dirt as you kind of like land, scrabbling on the ground. You see quite an upsetting sight as the ruined front wheel of the penny farthing, as the whole thing actually begins to wilt down, kind of like almost like a hot tire deflating. It just kind of like sinks into the ground. You see as it begins to coalesce back into that acorn. As this dragonborn kind of like spins the two swords in either hand and kind of like begins to stride over to you. Now you're prone on the ground, sword in each hand as it kind of comes up towards you.
Untold is going to kill me.
I have a point of inspiration for that.
I don't deserve it, and I've also still technically got one. I had the Coke one. For
The Patreon one.
The
and that
Patreon one, and
Well,
now I've
give
got
it to
a
someone
regular.
else.
Oh, okay. Who wants it?
Me.
Who wants it? Yeah, okay, Shadow.
That was easy.
That was easy. Cool. That is both of his attacks he can do on his turn, though. So back to the top. Baby hands. He's
Come
gonna
on, baby hands, bring it home. He's got baby hands now as well.
Sorry,
Yeah, baby head.
Bring it home, baby head.
Baby Hands' brother.
Baby hands is, yeah.
Well, you don't want to fuck with baby hands.
He's all dragon but with halfling hands.
They'll choke you out and it'll take him ages.
I'm like from the. I'm there on the floor,
Don't let him
like
tickle
having
you.
eaten shit, going like, baby hands, wait.
Cool. Baby hand runs his 40 feet up, is still 20 feet away from the fight, so does indeed wait. Up next is Reed. Appleby, you're on deck.
Oh.
Spider time.
Cool. How far away is this guy?
You moved your...
I moved 60 feet.
60 feet up. He's like 35-ish feet up away from you.
Bugger! That's like more than I wanted it to be. Do I have
Good
reach?
move.
I got reach. Let's go. Cool. Skitter. For anyone paying close attention, what should be like the hairs on the legs are just twigs.
Nice.
This
Love that.
spider,
Crunchy
like,
spider.
Yeah,
Very
crunchy spider
crunchy.
comes over with amber eyes, and is gonna bite down on this dude.
Nice. Bite down on him. Get down on him.
Get down on him. Yeah, I mean, 12.
12 hits.
Woohoo!
They're just wearing tracksuits.
Cool.
Yeah, this guy is just, again, wearing a silver suit.
Yeah,
The guy,
that's all I've been thinking of. I know that's not correct.
That's
I've just been
10
thinking of
points
metallic
of piercing
tracksuits.
damage.
Nice.
Can you make
10 points of...
still up?
Yep.
Sad
Maybe a
yes.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Cool. Dirty 20.
Yeah, never mind then. Not poisoned.
There's a pun there between Nike and Nickel, but I
Kind
can't
of like
find it.
back swinging his swords around. This guy's
Spider
pretty skilled.
frustratedly like,
Yeah, Blue King's got some weird fucking guys.
Just want to point out, I'm freelance, I'm not affiliated with, just being paid.
Just a contract worker.
Yeah, right.
Anything else?
I can't do anything else because I'm a spider.
Appleby? Corridor on deck.
Agree morally.
This guy.
Yeah, he's just cut your fucking bike up.
Before I even rise from the ground.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
So I've just fucking hit. I've hit the earth.
Yeah.
I'm like spitting out
Grazed
dirt.
elbows, if you can.
Grazed elbows. It's like ripped my unitard a little.
Yeah. Muddy elbows.
I get up and like spit out a like bit of moss, and this guy hears my voice, but not from my mouth. He hears it deep in the inner canals of his mind. Canals, annals, I don't know, the deepest bits. And Appleby says, in 1,000 voices, you sorry waste of atoms. You are not worth the shit from your arse as fertilizer. Do you have any idea what I did for that bike? And he needs to make a save for dissonant whispers.
Cool. Wisdom save.
So do I.
Those whispers were dissonant.
What's your DC?
It's not gone well.
My DC is
more than 10.
Yeah, it is more than 10.
Cool, he fails then.
For sure. Okay.
He hears them whispers. He allows. They hear whispers for him.
They are very dissonant.
Whispers be whispering.
That's such shit damage. 7 damage total, and he must immediately run away from me.
Cool.
That'd be towards like baby hands and us, right?
Was that the other
Yeah,
one?
because
would be,
I
yeah.
fell off my
Flung
bike
10
onto the
feet.
other side.
That's true. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we'll say he starts heading towards the lot of you, and kind of like bumps into baby hands, and is now kind of like engaged there with.
While
with
I'm
baby
like
hands.
casting the spell and like walking towards him,
Yeah.
would I have the opportunity to just pelt him with a golden bell?
Sure. I'll say you can do that. As
Like, you aren't
Fucking.
boom, you are not worth the shite that falls from your arse. Yeah, I'll
He's
do that
angry.
as my bonus action.
Cool. Yeah. You first time you've thrown one of these in anger like this. You
Yeah.
Go to throw it, and it doesn't leave your hand.
Oh, don't throw bells in anger.
I love this.
Rebels in anger.
Applebee.
Fucking
It's not like you go again. It's just not leaving your hand.
pocket the bell and just throw some dirt at him.
Cool. Yeah. Give me a dex attack.
Put some dirt in his eye.
Pocket dirt.
I'm not that in your eye.
This dice is fucking me off today.
What'd you get?
It was a 2, so it's a 4.
Okay, now you kind of like
Yikes.
lift some dirt off the ground. It's a lot less impressive than the words you destroyed part of his mind with.
Yeah.
But hey ho, anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
That's it, G.
Coroner, you're up. Shadow, you're on deck.
Cool. How far away is this thing from me now? Because it moved forward a bit.
Yes.
It was 60 feet away.
Now 40.
Now 40. Cool. Then I will move up 20 feet, so it's within 20 feet, and feeling invigorated with the new power that they feel they've got from creation. Coroner's eyes just fully light up green, and I'm going to do Channel Divinity on this thing. And Coroner just like divinely senses this thing and finds internally where its weakest spot is, and just a green X appears like a surgeon marking where the incision will go. And Coroner just points, Shadow, there. The next attack on this thing is going to be vulnerable to the damage of all types.
Nice, so take double damage.
Yes.
Nice, cool. Very sick. Anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
Is there anyone nearby, not like from the party or whatever, that's been injured by the chaos these guys have been causing?
Yeah, you can definitely see there's some people like there's certainly some people that have suffered some burns. Kind of in the distance, you see kind of like in the background of this kind of scene that's happening, you see people like chucking water over the fire, stuff like that, and you see like you probably could assume some people have definitely taken some injuries around this area.
Cool. I'm going to basically run up to the nearest person who definitely has an injury.
Cool.
How far away would they be roughly?
Probably only like 30 feet away from you.
Okay.
Just to kind of like over a bit more towards where the fires have been, but like you're not far away.
That's far enough. This has got a 60 feet range. I will cast Healing Word on them just to start assisting the those in need.
Can point of inspiration for that too.
Nice. You took my pencil.
Oh, I thought I gave it back.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Do you care what I roll?
Take the
for
point of
healing?
inspiration
Or just-
away,
Yeah,
Al.
fine, but
They were
yeah,
accusing you.
They're healed.
that person, being just a commoner, doesn't have a lot of health. So you see as their injuries just even from this distance with your perception, it's there.
Cool.
Cool. Shadow, you're up. You see this bold green X light up on this thug's silver suit as they bump into Babyhead.
Shadow reaches down for another crossbow bolt, and just a force of habit with any sort of planned move, tries to just pull out a bolt made of shadow, and it dissipates as he goes to load it, and it's like pulls out a real one, looses. First remembers to hide.
Nice.
Good hiding. 24.
Nice. You are hidden from this.
Excellent.
You can do 4 as well.
I shall attack them. 22.
22 hits.
Excellent.
22 very hits.
22 very hits.
Double
So
hits.
it's double. So that is 7 plus 4, which is 11. Double 22.
22 damage. How do you kill this guy?
The shadow arrow dissipates. He reaches back in, pulls out a real one, loads it. Waits until the green is right there, fires, and the bolt goes straight through the green and out the other side.
Nice. You see actually as well, just before the arrow leaves the crossbow, this just barest hint of this shadow coalescing around it as right before it leaves and finds its marks, pierces straight through this guy. You hear the tinkle of the wood as it hits the cobblestone as he falls backwards, the twin swords from his hands landing to either side of him with twin clatters as you are now out of combat.
Now
As you
we
have
can.
defended the Blue King's territory from the Silver Promise. As the streets are ablaze before you, people are hurt, injured, there is corpses in the road. You see as Baby Hands turns to the lot. Wow, really good job, guys.
Thanks.
Coroner hasn't stopped. They're just going about trying to help people as best they can, handing out flyers for Geraldo's.
Nice.
Try and track down one of those runners and bring them to the bar.
Kind of like goes onto almost all fours and just starts like galloping off into the distance.
Go, baby hands! Run with the knife!
Be swift.
It would be so much more impressive if his front 2 galloping legs weren't baby hands.
Just to be clear, this is Baby Head, right?
This is
He's got perfectly massive hands.
I think we memed Baby Hands into existence.
That's his brother. We
Yeah.
haven't met him yet.
Yeah. Another Avram for another day.
Yeah.
We'll pat down that.
Just
ogre.
imagining the
So
scene.
you get back down the ogre. Cool, you do. You kind of go over and it's got this kind of sticky web all over it.
And a spider having a chew.
Cool,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Go over. The ogre doesn't seem to have a lot on him, but you do feel in one of his pockets there's just a big bar of silver.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, you certainly take that. Anything else that the rest of you would like to do as this kind of burning street lies before you?
Radio's helping out with Coroner.
Nice.
She's pretty sturdy. She's not afraid of running into a burning building to check
Nice.
if there's anyone left inside anywhere.
Cool.
So she'll be doing that. She has a shield that she can also use to just kind of like batter her way through,
Yeah.
catch the debris, kind of shelter people with a leather jacket on the way out.
Nice. It's proper hero.
Basically just shepherding people out into the open street if there's anybody inside anywhere.
So you enter one of the buildings, I pat you on the shoulder and give you guidance, so you any
Nice.
rolls, you're a bit better off.
I'm going to let Geraldo know that there's going to be a load of people on the way.
Nice.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be busy tonight.
As soon as the spider notices you coming out of a building, you'll see as like any tears clear up from the spider's 8 eyes, and I will also start like scampering into buildings, trying to help people out.
As the spider?
Cool.
Pretty
This
big.
is a horrid day for the people
Yeah,
in these
absolutely
buildings.
terrifying. Just a burning
huge
spider.
comes in, hugs you, and takes you out,
Carries
and
you
then
out.
just safely deposits you.
Absolutely not.
With
Absolutely
that,
not.
you can both roll individually to help people, or you can do one of you can do a roll at advantage.
What kind of role would it be?
It's just going to be a flat d20 roll to see how
I'll be your
You get plus
handy-
D4 to it.
Plus D4.
I'll be your handy spider sidekick and give you advantage.
Oh, fantastic. That's an 20.
Nice. Very nicely done.
We save everyone.
You gain a pretty good rep around this part of the town. The lot of you and I guess Tagon too. With that roll
Everything's
kind
coming
of
up
like
Tagon.
carrying across to the whole group as you kind of aid in the effort as much as you would or wouldn't. The people here will still see you as heroes of this time, being that you defeated the Silver Promise, took them back, and then at least some of your group helped with the kind of repairing and the aftermath of this event. As you get a really good rep. You hear people even saying that Gelder might have even heard of you guys and put in a good word there. As you really get pretty well known around these parts as do-gooders.
Reed, once everyone is safe, the spider will like collapse into a pile of leaves, And then out of the pile of leaves, Reed will like burst and immediately just start shaking everyone's hands and being like, "I was the spider, by the way. Reed Bogwater, pleasure. What's your name?" And just make their way through everyone.
Nice.
Coroner will just shepherd people towards Geraldo's that need aid as best they can and get to work.
Cool. Yeah. You see, as Growler has a very busy night ahead of him. His saw sharpened.
Yeah, we're lopping off limbs left and right.
Yeah. Don't even bother asking first. No time for that.
I've just got a stomach bug.
Well, we must remove it.
A bug in the stomach?
Your humours are poorly balanced, sir.
Time for the leeches.
As you all spend a very busy night in Dr. Geraldo's, as people are coming and going through the good doctor's establishment. Is there anything we'd like to do before we close?
Appleby would probably sit in the midst of this like chaos of everyone helping around and trying to get people to safety and whatever, and pick up the acorn of his bike and examine it. Is it fucked?
There's like a bit hanging out of the acorn that you've not seen before. It's like almost like a loose thread you can see kind of like hanging out of the acorn, which you've not seen before. Usually it kind of when you fold it away, it kind of very much encapsulates into a perfect acorn. So that you think there's something a bit wrong about this.
If I put it like down with the intention of it biking
Kind of like begins to bloom, but like gets to the front wheel, and you see as it doesn't quite have enough energy to manifest fully, and then withers
retracts
down.
back.
Would Coroner see that happen?
Yes, you would if
Cool.
Appleby was doing it at least kind of more than once in the night.
Cool. May I try and fix that?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll cast a mending cantrip, see if it does anything.
Cool.
On the acorn rather than the full bike.
Yeah, it mends some of the damage. You see it with that nat 20, quite a lot of damage was done. You think
Yeah, of course.
something like this, but maybe more powerful, would do the job, but the mending spell doesn't cover a large enough area to fix the entire issue. As it's kind of like growing, you fix a tiny portion of it, and then it kind of withers back, and you try and fix a tiny portion of it, but it just doesn't seem to be making much progress.
Right. This is a bit beyond me, but we'll get it fixed. No, yeah. Pat you on the shoulder and move back to whatever I'm doing.
Thank you.
Covered in blood. Start the buzzsaw.
Instead of going into Geraldo's right away, I would, again, just for next time, I would just probably turn to Rhodey and be like, being the person that I am, I should probably report on this to Garrow.
Sounds like a good
What,
idea.
Do you want to come meet Little Blue now?
Yeah, sure, why not? I think I've done just about as much as I can do around here.
Yeah, I figured Tagon might get in trouble if I don't actually, there's an attack on our turf. I say nothing about it.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to do his job for him, so...
Once again, have the image of a sobbing.
Meanwhile, somewhere else.
Tagon.
A few teeth missing.
Just a mangled face.
Crying into the floorboards.
Walk into the night with Rodeo towards the bar.
Cool, you do so. Anything else?
Since the shadow bolt managed to coalesce ever so slightly, once everything settles down, Shadow's going to spend the evening not quite meditating, but close enough, and seeing if he can actually manipulate the shadow like he used to be able to.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely give it a go, and you feel like some of that power is beginning to return to you. Not the full measure that you once had, but you feel like the getting back into the action and seeing combat again more frequently than you might have done over the last 100 or so years is definitely bringing some of your old skills back to the fore.
Nice.
Any more for any more?
That's every time that's done.
Cool. Well, In that case, thank you all very much for playing.
Thank you very much for running.
all
Yeah.
for watching as well, if you're watching live or on YouTube later on. Thank you for sticking with this. It's been the second Real Ellseworld session of the year. And there'll be many, many more to come. Next week, though, we've got the Pirates of Kalhimar, our high-level campaign. So the very opposite of this, we're fighting a big fucking ship.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really kind of doing us in.
It's doing us in. We've not had a ship that give us much problem for a while, so this is a new thing.
I like it.
But yeah,
Yeah, so my boat's fine.
yeah, that's true. That'll be next Sunday. Then, if you want to stay up to date with what we're going to be doing, other streams, we've got some art streams probably coming up with Tom and Jams. You might have seen one that happened while I was away. Probably got more of that coming up randomly. We've
That was just me do it. Sorry.
got D&D coming up, but yeah, our full schedule will be up on Discord, and that's the best place where you can stay in touch with everything that we do. But until that time, thank you to you all, thank you to my lovely players. Have we got any pluggies before we go?
Patreon, follow us on Patreon. There's many tiers. You can support us. £5 is the one you need to get involved in the sessions, which gave us that nice nat 20 that destroyed Tom's bike and gave Tom the advantage to do something with the bike. It
Not
didn't
die
work.
while falling off.
Yeah, and it didn't work. So,
Yeah.
if you want to screw Tom over, get on our Patreon.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Thanks, everyone. A Dungeoneers pack. Follow it if you want. There's
It's on
loads
the
of
Insta.
There's loads of Instagram there.
Yeah.
Cool.
To follow James C. Andrew.
Yep. Yeah.
That's not my legal name. Follow Jams Candra on Instagram. I also do art sometimes. Come check it out. You can also see me stream on Twitch on Thursdays, except not this week. We're doing it on Wednesday this week, but every other week it's Thursday, I promise.
I can't possibly follow that. Wednesdays 1 week, Thursdays every
I'm
other week.
sorry.
I am
sorry.
unsubscribing.
I'm sorry.
Virtually
Breaking the routine too much
unwatchable.
to break. Okay, well.
You need a real schedule like most Sundays.
Oh.
If it's not on a Sunday, it doesn't happen.
True. Anyway, thank you very, very much. We'll see you soon back at the Grove, but until then, lay down on your bed of mossy grass and have a long rest.
We love you.
Stay grovey, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.